Good morning, Sassy fam, and welcome to your Thursday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Today's reading is a past, present, future layout. That's a 5-card baseline, wherein I will clarify, throw down some oracles and charms, a nice little short, sweet, simplified reading that briefly touches on the past, a little bit of the present, and a little bit of the future. Like I said, it's the best of tarot and a very simple structure. But yeah, that's it. That's what we can expect today for this reading. And like all readings, right? Take what resonates and leave what does not. And do keep in mind these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all, which I know is frustrating, but it's also normal. If that happens, check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. And do keep in mind this is about your sign's collective energy or core energy. But sometimes, yes, I do see a them or they, right? And if that's the case, reverse energies as you see fit, or perhaps once more, it's not your reading. And that's fine too. Right? Check your other placements. You guys, what can I say? I don't know if you can tell. Humidity's high. Like really high. I would dare say it's been sultry. We have sweat in places we don't want sweat. It's gross. Yeah. Humidity's high. We've had a couple of days of rain, and it stopped raining for all of 24 hours. And then guess what happened? The neighborhood came alive with the sound of lawnmowers, trimmers, leaf blowers. Our Lady Perpetual Lawn Care got some serious offerings in the past 24 hours. Every time, just like clockwork. Just like clockwork. I've had neighbors, I tell you, this is no joke. A storm stops, and an hour later, somebody's out there, bless them, with the trimmer and wondering why it's not working. It's because the grass is still incredibly damp. I don't quite know what it is, guys. I really don't know. It's like, gotta do it now. Gotta do it now. The rain finally stopped. I may not get another chance to mow my lawn. I try not to poke too much fun at my neighbors because they're very serious and they take care of their homes and their properties very well. And they, you know what? And here's what's funny about that is that somehow I am not subject, blessedly, to an HOA. We may as well do. Because one person gets that lawnmower out. Oh. The other neighbors are like on hyper alert. I cannot be left behind. I shall do my part. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I don't have work to do. Of course I do. I got weeds like everybody else. Okay. I got to catch up to the rain and mow it down myself. I got that. But I'm also going to do it at a reasonable time. And not just say within the first 12 hours of the rain having stopped. Come on now. Come on now. Seriously. Oh, you guys, they're funny, though. They're funny. They lend some character to the neighborhood, you know? Anyway, that's enough about that. That's my gossip. All right, you guys, let's jump on into it. I will see you for the Sunday check-in. I will see you for some shorts, and I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Leo, what's up? What's going on? Let's take a look at Leo. Show me Leo, please. What's going on for Leo? Okay, the Emperor, rising into the Hierophant. Present day, Ace of Wands, Six of Swords, and then the Four of Wands. Interesting. In the past, you showed me a strong sense of self here with empowerment. I got this. I believe in what I believe in with the Hierophant. Those two, they can make a wonderful team when they're united. Or they can be the biggest frenemies when they're not in alignment. But anyway, the Emperor, the Hierophant, is like, wow, I am me. I have never been more me in my life. Thank you. Okay, I believe in what I believe in. I stand up for what I stand up for. It's all good. It's all good. I'm all good. So strong sense of self there. Very highly developed, the Leo I'm looking at is. And you can stand by what you believe in with a certain level of conviction, which is very admirable. Ace of Wands is in present day. You feeling something. You are feeling something. Turned on, inspired, have hope. I don't know. But then I see before you in the immediate future Six of Swords with the Four of Wands. Possibly getting space or separation from some sort of relationship. I'm curious, but let's take a look-see. We're going to go ahead and start with just you, honey, the essence that is you. We're going to go ahead and combine the Emperor there and the Hierophant. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'll see the humanness. Obviously, we'll see the humanness. But I like how you understand yourself to be a strong character, you know? A person of conviction, strength of will, fortitude. And like I said, a willingness to stand behind what you believe, which is beautiful. The Emperor, the Hierophant. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's take a look at Leo, please. Temperance, the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay, really good. That's beautiful. Oh, some of you have spent a lifetime building this kind of energy and sense of self. Okay, it's not something that you can start on Tuesday and have it wrapped up by Thursday. I wish, right? Everybody does, but if that kind of thing were possible, I don't think too many people would watch tarot. No, this is the kind of thing that takes a lifetime to build into. Temperance, Ten of Wands, Ace of Swords. It's like I will always know what it is that I need to do. And like I can do a lot. You have determined that time and again as being true to you, right? Temperance, Ten of Wands, Ace of Swords. Give me time. Give me patience. I trust myself to work through anything that shows up as a hardship. I will learn what it is I need to learn, and I will apply what it is I need to apply, because the Ace of Swords isn't just about the knowledge, but the willingness to back it up. Like I said, the Emperor plus the Hierophant, Ace of Swords, backing it up. But what I really like is that you have a particular method attached to you that says, no matter how hard things get, I will always attribute a solution to myself, because I know I can. I know I'm capable. Okay. Time has taught me that. I have taught me that. And I've reinforced it many times over. So come what may, you can throw at me whatever the hell you want. I will figure it out. I got the patience. And I got a rock-solid, non-negotiable character or sense of will or sense of strength, you know. And it's quite admirable. But that's taken time, so that's not just past, that's your kind of past stretched out and more or less kind of telling me, sketching out the character that is the Leo I'm looking at today. So you have a hell of a profile. Well done, bravo. And I really like your attitude. I really, really do, you know. May we all endeavor to adopt that in some way. It's not an absolute, but in some way. You know what? I know myself well enough that if need be, I can find solutions. I can find a way. Just need to be patient. Don't rush into things. But I'll find a solution. Okay? I like that. Good character. If I have any more questions, I'll go back and look in that a little more. But let's carry on, yeah? Let's see, that's Ace of Wands in present day. Non-specific past, and that's all right. Usually, when Spirit shows me a strong profile like that, it's usually there's a reason why. Instead of, this specifically happened in your past a year ago, something like that. Ace of Wands. Let's see that Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. That's interesting. When it comes to your own sense of decision-making, personhood, how you live your life. Okay. When it comes to your more intimate self, you hesitate a lot more. It's different, isn't it? It's different because here you're showing direction in life and what you believe in and how, again, once more, you're willing to enforce it. Cool. When it comes to your personal self, your personable self, intimately what you feel, you go, I don't know about that. I don't know about that as much. You know, a lot of people drool when they see that Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands. Like, what? Yeah, tell me about new. Tell me about new. And you're like, I don't know. It's interesting. You have such a commanding, and it's real. It's authentic. I've seen that many, many times. You know? And there's the person that you have worked so hard to become, and then there's who you are on the inside that says intimacy. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. What? What? Well, that's just not as straightforward as saying solving the world's problems. I mean, I can do that. You give me that, no problem. Love? Do you see the hesitation? How different it is. It's so funny because your character's like, it really is coming close to, give me your most complex problem. I'll solve it. I'll figure it out. I believe in myself. But when it comes to matters of the heart, you're like, ooh, yeah. Is now the time for that? I don't know if I have time for that. Do I have time for that? 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. It seems to be at your disposal now in present day. A new opportunity in love and a sense of intimacy and frankly just being turned on by it. And you're like, 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles? I don't know if I'm ready. And maybe you're not. But the fact that it's there, the fact that it's coming up as an option for you, that you can consider it, you know? No, perhaps you're not ready. But it is coming up for you as a possibility in present day. So let's see that 6 of Swords then and the 4 of Wands. Chariot, Justice, 8 of Pentacles. I see. You have given some sort of relationship space. 4 of Wands doesn't necessarily have to be marriage. It's a relationship, as 2 people define it, thus label it. So it's whatever that relationship is to you. I've seen that you have temporarily given it space. You haven't completely exited in terms of what you're willing to give it yet. That's why. That's why that sense of new love, new passion, Ace of Wands is there for you. Because it is potentially new for you. You don't know if you should go in that direction yet. Okay, long story short. It did come across not just as hesitant, but a little shy at first. And that's okay. It looks like for some of you, it's been a while since it's been an option. But you aren't entirely convinced, however, this relationship, while you have what looks like temporary space from it, is going to require a complete separation or deviation yet. Okay. You're showing me the literal translation here. 8 of Pentacles, Justice, the Chariot. For now, you intend to move forward and working in this to make it correct, whatever that relationship is. But you also kind of say simultaneously, I need space from it a little bit in the future. Okay? It's crossed your mind, of course. Is this going to be a full-on separation? Is it going to be a permanent distance? I don't think you're quite done with this. Now, once more, Tarot Lady's not telling you what to do. I would never. This is but one potential outcome for one Leo I'm looking at. You still believe in moving forward into a place of progress and peace, that it's possible to achieve balance with this still. I agree, so long as you understand that that same level of energy and belief is being returned to you. Then yes, it's absolutely possible. So that's why I can see you where you're in a position now, present day, to consider new, especially if you're already gaining space between yourself and that relationship. And while you're hesitant, you don't want to just leap back into it or leap into new love or anything new. I understand. But if I'm being perfectly honest with you, the Leo I'm looking at, how you're translating this today suggests I still have yet more good work to put into this, and you really believe that. I know you do. You kind of told me what your character was here in the opening. Now, I hope if this is what you really want, I hope you get the results of it. I do. But just remember, it takes 2. A sense of to achieve balance requires good work on both sides and a willingness to move forward in that space, in that arena. Okay? But this is what we will figure out in that distance. Okay? That's all. Yeah. No, I don't. I think some of you have honestly asked yourselves about new love, and while you understand it's an option, and it even kind of turns you on a little bit, you're like, I just don't know that I'm in that space. I don't know that if I want to be back in that space again. Some of you honestly believe 2 people can put good work into this and have a balanced outcome. Okay? Okay? It may be. Also may be returned to you. I'm looking at Leo. You got the chops, honey. You got the chops. I know. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to know that you have choices. But it's also a choice. This is also a choice. And you be in alignment with it, that's all I care about. Okay? Full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. Breathe through the tension. Oh, I'm sure there is tension. You breathe through it and you work through it too, as far as I can tell. Okay. We have the letters S, F, R. We have the medallion of Cancer in the reverse, the key word here being imaginative. Some of you might have some very interesting Cancer in your chart, could be connecting to the season, might be important to you. And then also the crescent moon. Some of you follow the way of the moon, or the last crescent moon, or the upcoming one might be of some significance to you in some way. Okay, Leo, honey, I do hope this helps you. What I like about this is that in present day, the aces are before you. And you feel it. But you're not necessarily convinced they're right for you, which is good. You need to know that. Okay? Because they're an option. I'm glad that you didn't dismiss it, but you can't see it as being feasible. For some of you, putting time, energy, and effort into new isn't all that it's cracked up to be from your point of view. I have to agree. Okay? If you've been through it, you've been through it. And while you're showing me good quality work here, the Chariot, Justice, Eight of Pentacles, I can move forward and balance this and put good work into it that is coming from a space of distance between yourself and that relationship. Okay? I believe you. I guess I just make sure it's returned to you. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Sagittarius, please. Show me Sagittarius, please. What's going on for Saggy? Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, rising into the Star. Well done. Before you, Death. Nine of Cups is in the outcome. Excuse me, my vocals once more being temperamental today. Five of Pentacles in the past, I can say was something you had to break from it. It hurt. Abandonment. Yeah, issues of abandonment came up. But you rose into a space of the Queen of Cups. You did your best to keep your heart open, yourself open, and still trying to get into a space of love and feeling it for yourself. And you've done a pretty good job. You rose into the Star in present day. You know, you seem to be open to something that you can reach for. Before you is Death. Something is ending, it's finally over, or transformation, lessons learned. Nine of Cups is in the outcome, wish fulfillment. Okay, quite a bit going on here today. Let's go ahead and start with that Five of Pentacles. Let's say that Five of Pentacles, please, for Saggy. Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the High Priestess. Yeah, oh gosh, it sucks when we have that level of knowledge and we don't want to hear it. Because that's what you're saying. I felt that, but I didn't want to hear it, right? It's something in the past. It's like, I knew that was going to happen, but I wasn't trying to hear it either, right? The High Priestess, Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. And, you know, Seven of Cups is keeping ourselves open to particular feelings. And there was one feeling in particular that kept trying to make itself known to you, more apparent, and that's the one that you kept trying to not hear. It's like, no, that's not intuition, that's fear, that's just anxiety, don't worry about that, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So I can see at some point in your past you kept yourself open to something at your own cost, because it's not that you were trying to be mean to yourself, it's just you really didn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how this is going to inevitably break. But nevertheless, it was there. Okay? All right. Queen of Cups. And why did you keep yourself open towards it? Well, you You didn't want to lose it, whatever it was. That's all. But now you felt it. You felt it. And I am sorry. Strength, 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Rise up higher, you know. Getting closer and closer to present day. Currently, I find you in what looks like a happy, healthy, loving, constructive relationship. One that makes you feel properly strong, not weak. One that makes you feel supported, right? Not submissive. Big difference. It looks very healthy. And it's in your heart right now. And that's lovely. And like I said, I see you doing your best to keep yourself open towards whatever this is. It is not that which was broken. Okay, that predates the Queen of Cups here. I can tell that you have experience with something here not working out, but it's also going to be in that position of there's a reason why it wasn't supposed to. That way we know what real love and support is supposed to look and feel like. Okay? I do see your heart deeply attached to this, and like I said, it's very supportive, and it makes you feel strong and reassured. Okay, that's lovely. I'm happy to see that for you in your life. Okay? And at 5 of Pentacles, I don't know what it is. It looks like a loss that we didn't want to admit was a loss, and that could be anything in the 3D. Okay. All right, let's take a look at that star, please. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, and the 6 of Swords. Okay. As you reach for something that's higher than you, you will continue to walk away emotionally. Okay. From that hard opening. You're making a lot of progress there. You're learning to detach from it. Really let it go. It is part of your desire. Here's the star. That way you can make space to reach for other things. Okay. It's really hard to want to reach for other things for ourselves, situation, place, circumstances, or people when we're struggling to let something go. And I see that you have done a good job, and you'll continue to do a good job in parting ways with this from the heart. Okay? The progress is here, and it looks like it's being finalized. Okay? There's other things you need to do. There's other things you need to put your energy into. And I am sorry that that painful separation occurred. I am. But again, once more, it seems to be a reflection of this is what's supposed to be in your life. That lovely 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands, Strength, Queen of Cups. Okay? We got you reaching for other things now. Let's go ahead and see that death, please. It's taken quite the process, I must say, to really let this go. King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 10 of Cups. That's someone else. This is someone else who could never quite fit in the greater scheme of things. Their presence has exited completely and fully. Okay. You're showing me the longer process of learning to let them go, particularly their influence. It looks like they didn't have much to contribute. What it had to offer you back looks fairly fragmented. Okay? And it could never really harmonize in your inner circle, the 10 of Cups, family, friends, stuff like that. It didn't contribute very well or consistently. And you always wanted that person to find greater meaning in your inner circle. People who are important to you. Love, support, care, that kind of thing. And they just couldn't or wouldn't. You know? And it is a shame, and you're showing me it's a shame. But there's other things I need to reach for and desire for. And holding on to fragments isn't enough for me. Hoping you will figure out your place in a bigger context. I've got so much more to wish for. I'm learning to let you go. Because that's what's best for me. You have something here that's beautiful, it's loving and supportive, makes you feel strong. Whichever this is anti. It does not do those things. It does not have security attached to it. It doesn't seem to know how to find its place in a Ten of Cups. And honey, if you can't find your place in a Ten of Cups, you know? But yeah, no, it's this has completely exited your life. In the immediate future, you'll be able to reflect and see upon that, or see that for yourself soon. So here you have, this hurts. I can't believe it, but yes, I can. I knew it was coming. I didn't want to know it was coming. I've really learned right here at the start to let this go so I can reach for other things. And it looks like the process is complete here. Okay? So whatever this is no longer draining on you. Okay? As a concern, it seems. Nine of Cups is in the outcome. Let's see that Nine of Cups, please. What I really like, though, is how you have a really beautiful open heart between yourself and someone whom you've identified as having a relationship with, and that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. It makes you feel strong, like I said. You're showing me a strong sense of protective quality or protective stance around this. Okay. Whatever this is isn't stable. You had to learn to let it go. Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, King of Swords. Okay. After some reluctance, I actually see you focusing on a new offer in future. But there's some reluctance. I don't know why. It might be an Ace of Pentacles that you have been putting off until you think that there's a better time for it in future, i.e. carefully choosing when and where and how to switch up jobs or start a new career for yourself. But once you know, and you'll focus on it almost exclusively in future. You're all but jumping for joy. Yeah, I know, not all Ace of Pentacles are convenient. But once you determine upon it, your focus is 1,000% there, and we are very happy by this Nine of Cups. Very good. Congratulations. Well, it's early. It's early, but early congratulations to some of you in your future. Okay? Again, the Ace of Pentacles is shiny. It's strong. You want to go for it. But it took some time for you to allow that to come through, to aim towards it. I did tell you we have other things we need to do with our star than just kind of will ourselves to let someone else go or another situation go. We want so much more for ourselves than that. This is not how the star was meant to be used. You know? Eventually, this was going to go away. This feeling of learning to let them go, you just do. Eventually, one day you do. And you're going to start pulling in other things for yourself. Better things. Good things. Okay? Once more, this is beautiful. Love this. It's strong, it's supportive, and it stays with you. Beautiful support there. Once more, relationship is how two people define it. Okay? Therefore, label it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take a crack at this because this opening didn't feel like an intimate partner. This is looking like a family member who isn't living up to their place in the family. Okay. We kind of felt the collapse of their presence or contribution, and we didn't want that to be the case. Leave the past behind, and so I've seen that's exactly what you've been trying to do. Last quarter moon in Capricorn. Okay? The process is complete, it seems, soon. I'm guessing then that this person completely withdraws 100% of their energy and or contribution to the dynamic. Like I said, they could never really find their place. Okay, so they stop making a show or pretense. We have the letters L, B, Q, and the mask. The mask is off specifically. Yeah, it's off. The authentic self comes through. There you go. All right. Saggy, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Thursday check-in. And happy birthday. Show me Aries, please. What's going on for Aries? Okay. Two of Pentacles. Rising into the Queen of Wands. Present day, Three of Wands, yeah. The Lovers before you. 10 of Wands in the future. What? That's... Well, no. Two of Pentacles in the past. Hot foot, yes, no. Hot, cold, left, right, up, down, A, B. I don't know what to do. What do I give this? What do I do with this? I don't know. But you rose in the energy Queen of Wands. You're like, well, still, I'll just do the best I can. You're like, in the absence of absolutes, I'll just do the best I can. And I'll listen to myself. Yeah, I'll keep myself open. Let's just try keeping open. Let's try that. Queen of Wands. Let's try it. Let's just try keeping open. Okay? We don't have any absolutes. Let's just try. Okay. Three of Wands in present day. A little bit of waiting, maybe. Hope on the horizon. Okay. Maybe some distance. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm very curious. The Lovers before and future. Strong connection. And then kind of a frown. 10 of Wands there, right there at the outcome. Sense of heaviness, burden, and or hardship. All right. Let's talk about it. Two of Pentacles. And I can kind of see, in the absence of absolutes, Aries is just going to be like, well, I'll just be me, because that's all any of us can do, right? So we'll just take it as it comes, whatever it is, right? Two of Pentacles. Let's take a look. Let's see that Two of Pentacles. Three of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. See, there it was from the very beginning. We got hopscotch between yourself and someone else. There was some waiting here, and back and forth. And you're like, this rhythm kind of sucks. I'm not fully in it, and I'm not fully out of it. And neither is someone else. It kind of hurts. It kind of sucks. Three of Swords. I feel like my kind of confusing like participation, their confusing like participation is just hurting. And you're like, well, I guess I'll just keep my chin up, be positive, Queen of Wands, all right? Wait for things to become a little clearer or to define themselves in some way. Let's see that Queen of Wands, please. And that's in the past. How long ago? I don't know. That's up to you. Queen of Wands. 10 of Cups, King of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, look at that. Strong determination. I can make anything work. So some of you are very much strong believers in 10 of Cups harmony, inner circle. That's all that matters. Very strong positive energy here, and that sense of I'm me, I know what my truth is, I can make anything work, I can. I just need to put good faith into anything I do, and things have a way of falling into place. Things have a way of balancing out, right? And you really believe that. You do. You really, really do. It's like family's everything. Friends are everything. And I strongly believe that we can all find our place. So long as we're clear, so long as our energy is clear, so long as our intent is clear, things have a way of falling into place, and you really believe this, okay? And you're like, as confusing as that is, maybe it just needs some time to find its place too. Okay, I think I follow your reasoning here. I do. But you have such a strong belief that the right things in life, including people, have a tendency to work out, because everybody at the end of the day, if they mean something to us, tend to want to find their place. Okay? And you really believe this one would. Confusing as it was, as, I guess, hopscotchy as it was. Like, it'll find its place. I know it will. Just got to wait on it a little bit. Okay? Three of Wands, present day. What's up? The World, 9 of Cups, and 10 of Swords. Oh! Okay. And then you're like, well, that was a shit theory. Now, just to be clear, it's not a shit theory. Okay? I understand that energy very well. That sense of optimism and family first and your core friendships first. The people who actually show up in your life are the ones that we give our emotional support and love and priority to, you know? That kind of thing. I understand that. And that's really an authentic belief for the Aries I'm looking at. It's a core belief for you. And you try to live it. And you can honestly say, you gave the situation more than enough time to sort itself out and find its place in your life and yours and theirs. You really thought it was just a matter of patience and waiting, and maybe it'll make a little more sense. But the longer you waited, you're like, this hurts. But I gotta believe it's gonna make sense. And then you're like, that was stupid. Now, I don't think it was stupid. No. Given your opening, I think you gave this what you might call a fair shot to settle the hell down and find its place in your life, or that it wants to be there at all. I grant you, you stood by waiting for this a little longer than perhaps you meant to or should have done. Okay? But given your core belief here, I can kind of see why you did it. It's like, I don't think you understand. I'm giving you the chance to be more of a supportive presence, a more loving presence, to stop playing hopscotch and understand that you want to be part of this world in some way. Because I believe in you in some way. I care about you. I want to be important in your life too. And then you fast forward a little bit, and you're like, well, that was stupid. Okay. I don't think it was. I don't. I think if you didn't care about this, you wouldn't have given it the space at all. That's it. Or the chance to even out. So I don't know how long you two were playing hopscotch, but it was a while. The world, 9 of Cups, 10 of Swords, this does not please me. This sucks. This waiting thing fucking sucks, Christina. Now I know what the tarot lady's always talking about. The more I wait, the more it sucks. The more it hurts. I thought I had something worth waiting for, but the pain was there almost like day one, 3 of Swords. In some way, you expected ultimately to have to reject this or be rejected by it. But you still played hopscotch with it. You gave it a fair shot. To prove otherwise, that it would be a person of significance in your life in some way. And you're like, waiting sucks hardcore. It just hurts. That's all it does is hurt. I agree. When I see people wait, it's usually because, you know what? The new job starts in a month, and this is my time to kind of get myself prepped up and ready for that. You know, that's the kind of normal waiting. Or, you know, so-and-so who's in our lives has been deployed, and they'll be home in a couple of months. Again, something worth waiting for, something that's real. But this 1 foot in, 1 foot out suggested that partial foot meant partial presence, which means partial presence might be real, right? Yeah. We can occasionally see that person or talk to them. They occasionally contribute. So we think there's something worth waiting for. Honey, sometimes a foot is just a foot. Okay? Okay. Well, we stopped waiting on that one. Okay, it sucked. It sucked. Sometimes all you saw was a foot or a hand, or you got some words. Like eventually the whole person will materialize and they'll make sense. I get it. Let's see the lovers, please. Show me the lovers. Ooh, do I need a snack? I think I need a snack. If you excuse my tummy if you hear it making noises. Let's see the lovers, please. Seven of Cups, the Ace of Wands, Chariot. Well, you go on then. You ain't waiting anymore. Strong connection for you coming up. Put your order in, dear universe. No, I don't actually see you put an order in with the universe. Actually, it kind of materializes as an option soon. Excuse me, materializes as an option soon. I have a lisp that sometimes goes into a stutter in case you did not know. I just address it because it's easier. Okay? But yeah, no, that's coming up for you soon. And it's beautiful. Oh, it's going to call to you, honey. It's going to call. a lot. It's going to look good. It's going to feel good because it's going to be good. Have fun with that one. Yeah, but it's your choice. All tarot represents choice. Tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You're literally looking at choice and future, and I would say your immediate future, the word here being soon. 7 of Cups, Ace of Wands, Chariot. That's soon. Soon. S-O-O-N. Soon. It will be an option, which means your choice. Good. Isn't that nice? We stop with the waiting and the falseness, and I understand your motivation. I get it, but when you do the hard thing, and that was a hard thing, it's nice to know you get little rewards here and there, you know? Now, what's up with that 10 of Wands? Let's see the 10 of Wands, please. Very attractive. Very attractive. I'm very interested to know, very curious to know how that crosses your timeline. Very curious. It almost looks like it shows up one day, boom. But, you know, 10 of Wands. Page of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the King of Swords. Oh, okay. Don't quite know what that is, so I'm going to go ahead and put another layer on that. There's something here you see is very, very heavy and you refuse to invest in it. Your mind is focused on it. That seems to be a little further out after the period of this lover connection. What is too heavy that you cannot invest? The Hermit, 9 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups. Oh. Huh. Okay. It is what it is, and I asked. So I wanted clarification because that segment looks so very, very different from the Lovers. And mind you, they're not all connected. Okay. This one has a very distinct profile. Like I said, soon. It's going to spark interest. It will spark joy. There'll be no confusion on that. Your choice to choose it. But over here, it got cold, it got dark very quickly. 10 of Wands, King of Swords, 6 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. And I said, what's so heavy that Aries just can't? You just can't. You just can't invest. Well, there's a proposal here for reconnection. Old you might have taken it. The Hermit, 9 of Pentacles, based on experience. You know? They're saying there's a lot you can heal. A lot. You've been able to heal connections before. You have experience with it. You're saying not this time. I don't even see you giving much of that of a response. You could. You understood that you can. You're saying it's literally in your wheelhouse of experience to reconnect and heal with people of any sort of value with the 3 of Cups. Like you've done it before, but not with this instance. It could only be one. There are consequences to not just waiting, but there are consequences for the other person who gives you the indication that you have reason to wait. You could do, and you might still do, given your clarifiers here. You could. Tarot's choice, once more. Just like connecting to this lover of your own free will. It looks hot, but that doesn't mean you have to. Many of you will, some of you won't. Those of you, you have the power within you to reconnect any sort of friendships or connections. You've done it before. No problem. Not this time, but you might still do. You have a couple of choices here today, my friend. They're all good choices. They're good choices of representation of you, what you've learned and what you've been through. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, you know, Tarot Lady's not telling you what to do. I'm just letting you know. That's my job. Yeah, there's consequences. You know, it's why I say very rarely do I advocate choosing to wait. And you should also, P.S., never ask someone to. Did that person ask you to wait? No, probably not. Not directly. Aries, I need to wait for me. It was more like, well, you see how I occasionally show up? I might still do. Which, in a way, says, expect something from me, which has the implication of waiting. But it's not very direct, is it? Anyway, there's consequences. All right, reveal what needs to be seen. Last quarter moon in Scorpio. Oh, and how? Okay. We have the letters Y, R, and C. C-R-Y, cry. We have the medallion once more, Scorpio. Some of you have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Can be connecting to, or this season might be important to you. Passionate cry. Do you have any idea how much I cried for you? Probably not. That obviously came to mind. Yeah, you must forgive me for that. It was there. I took it. Took the interpretation. I mean, it was literally there. Okay. Anyway, Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Good luck with those choices, eh? Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Aquarius, please, what's going on. Show me, Aquarius. All right, past, Six of Wands, rising, Queen of Cups, present day, the Lovers. Oh, okay. Page of Cups, and then Nine of Pentacles. That's lovely. Shall we stay here? Shall we not clarify? Oh, but Christina, you must. Oh, I know. That's why we're here. Six of Wands in the past, how far back? I don't know. You would know best. But a sense of triumph, being seen. This feels good. For some of you, it might have represented a space of vanity, but ego. We'll see. We need to see. All cards in tarot have pros and cons, lights and darks. So I'm kind of curious how you experience your Six of Wands. But you rose into the Queen of Cups, regardless of the origin. You're saying, I'm open to this. I'm open. And you had strong motivation to be the Lovers, Beautiful connection, present day. Page of Cups still remaining open, and the Nine of Pentacles out there towards the end. A strong sense of self, individuation, how you identify, your own sense of experience, your own sense of stability. We'll see. Okay? Six of Wands in the past. What's up? What's going on? Let's see, that's Six of Wands. Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So what you're showing me is a reaction of instinct first. This feels really, really good. I like it. It's thrilling. It's a little sexy. It's fun. It's adventurous. But you're like, I don't know if I should be putting my heart on the line. So Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles is like, I'm going to withhold that. I'm going to withhold the old heart space there and, maybe just enjoy it. Maybe just enjoy it for what it is. It's probably just a pleasure thing. Because you don't deny it feels good. We have a sense of victory here. I got seen by this, or they see me, and it's, or you see them too, actually. But it's like, yeah, love. Oh, I don't know about love. Four of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. You're like, nah, you're not right. It's too early to call that. Okay, I understand, but nevertheless, the Queen of Cups is showing up. Okay, says. I'd like to feel it. So like I said, what started out as triumphant feels good. Might have progressed into a softer heart space. I like how the forefront of your energy is saying, practically speaking, this may not be love. Right now I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying the energy. Whatever. Okay. Queen of Cups. Oh, Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Justice. You don't deny the passion. It looks like you had to grow into the heart space. You really did. Okay. You're saying the passion was easy. Yeah, I get that. That was pretty straightforward. But it was kind of like over some sort of period where you understood or felt the correctness of your heart trying to be open towards this, to give and receive love. That meant you had to be more present. You had to be more aware. Okay. Because I can see the act of withholding, and I understand. You know, the beginning impression was, this is fun. It's fun. This is cute. You're cute. Yeah, this is nice. It may not be love, though. In fact, let's just go ahead and operate like it's not. Okay. And I think you maintain that for some time. Okay. Now, typically that's a contradiction. We see the Eight of Cups over the King and Queen of Cups. It's kind of like saying, I'm open to love, but not really. I think you went through a period of being actively unavailable. Yeah, I do. But at some point, your heart started to swell towards this, and it felt more correct when you did. At some point, I think you started to crave love in a more active way, a little bit more in the forefront of this connection, to be open to giving and receiving it, okay? And not just containing it to passion, because it felt correct, you know? I think you wanted more from this. But this one required some sort of warm-up act. For some reason, your love wasn't immediately available to it. You would know why. But if it came across as giddy and exciting and passionate, fun-filled and flirty, yeah, I can see why. I can see why you wouldn't immediately crack open your Ace of Cups. Sure. All right, the Lovers. Ten of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Hermit. Okay. Okay. It was hard. It was hard to feel the strength of this connection and also be challenged to open your heart towards it at the same time. That's something you had to work on with the Hermit, you know? Man, it's almost like you were saying, I want this to mean more to me. I know I do. And that meant challenging yourself in some way, challenging your heart space to heal itself. Because in some way we wanted the impression of this to be more than, say, perhaps just a sexual experience. We wanted it to be more, just as an example, okay? We wanted it to be more than that. You, at some point, started craving connecting to this in a deeper way. In order to do that, you had to make yourself more open towards it. To make yourself more open towards it, you had to be an active participant in healing parts of your heart that perhaps weren't ready. Because you showed me, I don't know if it's like that. I don't know if, in fact, I'm confident it's not like that. But at some point, you started craving more openness towards this. Like I said, it's something about the strong connection that puts you in mind of perhaps being in love with it. Not at first, no. But the more you connected to it, the more the instinct kind of took over, you know? I like how you're not forcing the subject, though. You know? It's kind of like you adopted as you went along. It's tricky, though. It's tricky. Little by little, I see you warming up to this in a more significant way. You know? Page of Cups. Let's see that Page of Cups, please. Again. Okay. The Priestess. Strength. And the Nine of Wands. There it is. You can sense the resistance. You get it. You get it. You sense the resistance. Okay. You get where it's coming from. You understand it better. And it takes a certain amount of strength to do the opposite of what we've been doing. So it was kind of easy to tap into that space of having our heart closed off. So we have to kind of challenge ourselves to do the opposite to keep ourselves open. Man, this connection must be really worth it to you. Sometimes we have to be in those strong connections, honey, to understand if we really want to keep it, to be in it, you know? It's like, well, shit. It challenges our own sense of readiness and wounds, healed or unhealed. But I see you doing it. You're saying it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, but as I was saying, you're adopting and modifying as you go. And you're doing a really good job of listening to yourself. This one means something to you. And you're right. You don't want this to just amount to disastrous passion. You want it to mean something more substantial. Now, whether or not it will, I don't know. But the Aquarius I'm looking at, you're willing to find out, honey. And that takes spiritual balls, if you will. Quote me. Takes spiritual balls, honey. Okay? Not everybody's up to the task. There you go. Like I say about the Lovers all the time, a lot of people can't mess with it because it can be so very challenging. On the surface, it's fun, it's sexy, it's exciting, it's whoo. But it can run very deep and take us to some very, well, equally deep spaces and within ourselves. You know? And you're like, well, I guess I'm willing to find out. You really do want to meet this where it is. 9 of Pentacles. Five of Cups, there it is. Knight of Cups and the Two of Swords. To be clear, and I'm not surprised you're showing me this, you're saying, I still want to be me. I still want to be an individual. Okay. And you recognize that you have work to do. Okay, you get it. Five of Cups. There's old emotional pains of the past that you are very aware of. You recognize it as being true for you. These are the unhealed wounds that probably were established before this connection came through. Before it was a Six of Wands type situation. The reason why you withheld your cup from the very beginning is saying, I don't know if it's love. It's probably just fun time energy. Right? So I agree with your initial opening here in terms of that caution. It probably did present itself as just being fun time energy. But it developed into something more. You wanting more. And that meant having to challenge yourself. And you're still going to have to in future. So you, from a place of self-assurance and stability and knowing who you are, I want you to know that you have it within you to go into the depths of the past and heal what's there, okay? Because you still have a love in you, Knight of Cups. However, just fair warning, Two of Swords, I can see where you might discount the experience and talk yourself out of it. Your heart doesn't want to, okay? But I want you to do what's right for you. This is where I tell people we got to get consolidated, okay? We have to know that we want this. And if you want it, then I want it for you. You showed me that you're willing to do the work, but sometimes you doubt yourself. You actually have the experience to work through old wounds. You do. I see a part of you that wants to express yourself differently to a different future, to a different sense of self. But that Two of Swords, honey, you question it. I know, that's speaking back to those wounds that I see you so carefully examining. With your lover, they seem to be quite understanding. That means they've been through it in their own way. What you'll actually do, I don't know. I kind of see how your energy towards this stops in that sense of, I'm doing my best to keep my heart open towards this, and it's a struggle for me. It is. And while you can appreciate your own sense of self and individuation with the Nine of Pentacles, sometimes you really doubt your ability to move your feelings forward, and yet nevertheless you are. Okay? Nevertheless you are. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. See, nothing's said and done in terms of this connection, what it looks like in its final form, if you will. Relationships are a lot like Pokemon and how they develop in stages. So this hasn't taken its final form yet. But here it is. There's that process again. We're scared. And Temperance, healing. Sometimes you feel so guarded and scared to let this in. I understand. It's not really a reflection of them or the connection. It's the work inside you. None of us are perfect creatures. I'm glad that you connected to someone so strongly that you were willing to try this hard. It shows me how much you want this. Don't allow the fears of the mind to take over that instinct. Okay? But if you're not ready, don't force yourself into it any further. But the way you're trying, The way you're trying, Aquarius, honey, says you want this. You want this. You do. Trust your heart, not the fears of the past. Fears of the past are a dime a dozen, honey. They're sold in bulk at Costco. Very cheap. But your future, that's priceless. Okay? Make time for self-love. Yeah, don't forget to love yourself, honey. Be patient with yourself. And that's really what temperance is. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Okay? And show yourself compassion. Last quarter moon in Libra. Make time for self-love. All right. Your connection, it's not about them. I just see that the connection's strong enough for you to try this hard. Okay. L-Y. We have the twin dolphins here. They form a heart like so, the dolphins. Yeah, I do feel like you found your mate. And it's playful, I know. It's also loving, you know. The dolphins, they bond. They have pods. This one's more alike you than you know. It's, again, we're saying the infinity loop is soul bonded, you two. And I think otherwise, without that motivation here, no, I don't think you would have kind of pulled that heart space out of the garage and started working on it. It's like, come here, I'm going to start working on you, unless it had been any other sort of special connection. And then we have the snowflake here, time of winter for some of you, Scorpio energy, or frankly just transformation, as the snowflake would suggest. All right, Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me. Gemini, what's going on? Show me Gemini, please. All right, what's going on? Past, Devil. Rising into the Six of Cups. Present day Page of Cups. Okay. Queen of Swords. And then the Four of Pentacles. Man. Okay. Kind of a quick preview. How am I going to say this? What your energy is telling me today, and that's if you resonate. I will never, ever let this go. Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily conscious thought. It's just a very strong feeling. I'm never going to let this go. Six of Cups, Page of Cups, Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles. I even see you thinking about this in the future, and you're like, no, I'm still holding on. Okay. Okay. What's up? What's going on? What? Yeah, what? What's Gemini? Let's have a talk. Let's take a look at that Devil. Once more, are they yours or not yours, right? I read the energies. I read what's on the table. Devil's there, so is the Four of Pentacles. So, once more, are they yours or not? All right? Either way, I'm here to help. Let's see that Devil. Past. Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Ooh. Unhappy, very unhappy. Very unhappy. Don't get me wrong. You're being you. You have a certain level of experience attached to you, ambition attached to you, a sense of this is what I can do, this is what I'm about. But there's such a strong unhappiness attached to you, Four of Cups. It's almost like no matter what I do, how stable I make myself, how successful I make myself, I'm still unhappy. Four of Cups. That's a strong attachment to upset, Four of Cups, and disappointment. Very. And I have to agree, success isn't everything, that's true. People can rack up that 9 of Pentacles, 8, and 10, and they can still be very unhappy. But it's something that's been really hard for you to shake. Like no matter how well I've built into myself or how successful I've been, I'm still unhappy, and that plagued some of you for a long time. Perhaps it still does. What's up with the Six of Cups then? Eight of Cups, the world, the sun. Someone exited. Either you did or they did. Some sort of soul bond. Even if you don't believe in that, it's memories of the past. It's essentially nostalgic and sweet, and we've known so-and-so for a long time, and that kind of thing. They walked, you walked, I don't know, somebody walked, and with it, the sun went with them, or the connection, or with you. But when somebody left, they took the sunshine with them. Okay. Let's see that Page of Cups. Let's see that Page of Cups. Good night. That AC unit is loud. Let's see that Page of Cups, please. King of Cups, Five of Swords, Three of Cups. Someone here is being deceptive from a place of the heart. Trying to minimize it. I ain't feel shit. I ain't feel nothing. I don't want this love. Phooey on love. Love stinks. Love hurts. Well, that is true. That's not a lie. Was that Nazareth? Yeah. God, that's a good one. Yeah. So not only is there a sense that, love stinks, love hurts, is no good, and yet we were trying to connect to this, and we're still trying to connect to it from the heart. You or they missed it. But then also says simultaneously, no, I don't. It's a lie. To be clear, we can't be that anti-love unless we had a lot of it to begin with. You can't have a sense of anger and disappointment unless you had something to be angry and disappointed about. Say, wherever we see one extreme emotion, the other one at some point probably existed too. So, there was love here. And while we're trying to convince ourselves, no, we don't. There ain't no love. There is no love. And I don't want to connect with it. That's the second lie. One or both of you still wants to. I can kind of see from your point of view where you haven't really let this go. You're saying you're hurt, you're disappointed. And there's a weird sort of expectation attached to you with that Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Look at what I've done. Look at who I am. Look at how much I've achieved. And I'm still hurt and I'm still disappointed. I'm thinking you expect a lot from yourself. And when something doesn't measure up in reality, you take it very, 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 very personally. Right? Because that is a kind of unusual expectation to see there. Look at everything I've done. And I'm still hurt and disappointed. How could this happen to me? Well, we'll get to that. Let's talk about it. Queen of Swords. But I can say in present day, you two are still connected from the heart, even while somebody insists that there isn't and they don't want it anymore anyway. That's not true. Okay? So yes, we're still connected to this. We would still open our heart to it, even while we say we wouldn't. Let's see that Queen of Swords, please. Nine of Cups, Seven of Wands, the Tower. There's some realization there at the Tower. It's much needed realization. We wanted this more than we knew, or rather would admit to ourselves. So at least, to your full credit, you're giving it the recognition it deserves. Now, once more, I'm not picking on you. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just trying to understand. Sometimes, I promise you, I have a very uncomfortable job. Okay? Don't get me wrong, two played into this dynamic. But I see one person with that shit. Tower, 7 of Wands, 9 of Cups. This actually meant quite a bit to me. So there we have some truth. It's a hard one. But with the 5 of Swords there and everything that kind of went down in the Devil, if you asked me, that Tower was coming. That was a matter of time, and it's needed and necessary. Kind of allows us to level the playing field and see things for what they are, instead of carrying on this sense of ongoing hurt and disappointment, and I'll never be able to let this go or live this down, specifically live this down with the expectation you've built into yourself about accomplishment. I'll never be able to live this down. What the fuck does that even mean, honey? What does that even mean? You know, you have free will, so do they. And I know some shit went down. But here's the thing. In our connections, if we spend the vast majority of our time denying that something could hurt us so that we could fall for it or see ourselves in it, we got the results of what we allowed ourselves to believe. There was so much here in denial about feelings and what was happening. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you realized it. I'd rather it be realized than not at all. You know? 4 of Pentacles. Seven of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so that's progress. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's miles better than I will never, ever, ever let this go. You actually kind of converted your thinking into how can I possibly open up towards this in a way that's more productive and healthy. Oh. Okay, that's better. You know how you got there? The Tower. And realizing this actually meant a lot to you. Okay. But we spent so much time rejecting it. 7 of Wands and 9 of Cups, specifically how we felt about it. We needed that insight. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying that for you. Okay? Just more insistence of the same. And that's the only time I really redo readings anymore, is when I see so much discomfort and disorganization and just misalignment, but nothing changes. That's when I get frustrated because the collective's not going to benefit, you know? So with yours, I actually technically am seeing progress. So yeah, you're still holding on to this, but now you actually see it as a more workable construct in future. 7 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. It's kind of like saying I can see options here that are buildable that weren't before, and for the reasons of love. Openly calling it love with the Ace of Cups. That's an open declaration of feelings. But it's in a workable concept with the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Are you jumping into that right away? No. Is it a lot more positive and solution-oriented than where you were coming from? Yeah, a lot more. So we're keeping this one. I understand if it's not your cup of tea. I get it. That's fine. Check your other placements. Okay? This is the kind of reading where people don't like me so much, and I understand that. We are not perfect beings, you know? We have some sort of beautiful connection here of the past, or I'm actually, someone interprets the other as a sun, a happiness principle, warm, inviting, radiates beauty and joy. It's kind of a powerful element to lose. 6 of Cups, I know love was involved in some way, but We can mistake that feeling for, oh, it's just nostalgia because I know them for a long time, you know. Don't always see it for what it is. And you, with that little twist of expectation, I think some of you are very hard on yourselves. I wasn't supposed to feel this. Well, you did. So I know you were impacted by it. And from the heart, we're still kind of in denial about what this feels like and wanting to connect to it specifically. No, I don't. That's the Gemini I'm talking to. Okay. Gemini may not be your dominant placement. Full moon in Sag. See the bigger picture? Full moon in Taurus, detoxify. Excuse me. See the bigger picture and kind of rid yourself of the misgivings and that tower element. Okay. Specifically the way you're being inauthentic to yourself, which once more is not an accusation. We all get into that space from time to time. I just hate that you are putting so much pressure on yourself. I'm not supposed to like this. I'm not supposed to care about it. I'm not supposed to love it. They walked, I walked it, fuck off, whatever. That's not working. So in your outcome, we'll take that. What you will actually do with this in reality, I don't know, but it's a hell of a lot more, like I said, of a workable construct. So the Four of Pentacles actually turned out to be in the positive position in the end. Compared to the Devil, like I said, that's miles of improvement. Here we have a positive, possible working solution. Like I said, we'll take that. Woo! This one's going to go over like a lead balloon. I know it. Oh my. Okay, we have the letters Z, T, B, K, S, and the crescent moon. For some of you, you followed the way of the moon, and for some of you, the upcoming crescent moon might be important, or the previous one might have been important, okay? But listen to yourself. Intuition's there, always. Gemini, honey, I do hope this helped you. I do. If it helps you, they loved you. I know they did. You both did. I don't know exactly what that constitutes. I see the nostalgia of a connection kind of taken for granted just based on the premise of time. So you two may not have really formally labelized it as being in love or whatever, or romantic. But nevertheless, love is there. You know? Like I said, I hope it helped. Put in the comments, take care, be well. Libra, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Okay, Four of Swords, rising into the Six of Wands. Present day, Four of Wands before you. The Empress, the outcome is the Hierophant. Wow, our congratulations in order, my darling. Are we saying our vows soon? Well, just looking at your baseline, I could easily kind of like go there. I'm just saying. Baseline, no clarifications. You, at some point in the past, right, went through a healing phase and you kind of woke up out of your Four of Swords energy, okay, which is comfortable, it's calm, it's quiet, it's reflective healing. And you're like, oh, I'm awake. Six of Wands, triumph. Good energy there. Jubilation. Four of Wands, present day, relationship energy. Fast forward a little bit, the Empress and the Hierophant. I guess you could deduce that things are going well. Yeah. No, it's arising into commitment into the future, and that's lovely. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'm not saying anything's perfect here. I'm just saying it's nice. It's a nice story arc, you know. It's lovely. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Four of Swords in the past. Strength, death, I understand. I had a feeling you were going to show me that or something like it. Yeah, no, that's a hell of a recovery phase. Obviously, I'm looking at past orientation, and that's going to represent a good chunk of time. Okay, so to be clear, this wasn't like last Wednesday. Queen of Cups, death, and strength. Yeah, that's some formidable stuff. You know, not everybody can recover from that very well. I hope they do. I'm just saying not everybody can recover from that. There is at some point a history in your past where your heart space dramatically changed, transformed. We had to let go of something from the heart. It may not have been an intimate connection. I don't know what it was, but it just took you strength to sit there and focus. Strength to sit there and focus on healing and reflection and insight. And that took strength of will for some of you. It did. It meant having to quietly examine the contents of your heart and understanding how something's not there anymore. That you no longer give and receive love in a particular direction. And it changed you. It changed you a great deal. But again, it took strength to do this. I agree. It really does. Because it takes a kind of steady, strong nature to be like, I need to understand this. And I need to feel it. I need to process it. I need to grieve this. I need to allow myself to grieve. And sometimes it takes a brave person to grieve. Okay? Everybody's comfortable with it. Grieving. Okay? You know? It does take strength to grieve. And know that you need to grieve. And just be quiet. And reflect. Learn what you need to learn. Feel what you need to feel. It's beautiful. All right. Rising into that Six of Wands. We feel better. You know, we're a little more out there. A little more open. Feeling victorious, some of you. Six of Wands. King of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. And some of you just concentrated on the stuff that works for you. It felt good at some point to kind of come out of your quiet zone, okay, and into a more active state of life. And this was a conscious decision, and you're like, I'm going to focus on what matters, okay? You're still showing me energy conservation with the Four of Pentacles, but you're also saying it's time for me to wake up and get back out there. So I just see you working on the stuff that you said is worthy of your direction, your attention, and your focus outside of you, or rather, external. So here we have an internal quiet process. And now you're showing me, okay, I'm waking up to different parts of life now. And you're trying to find your comfort zone with it. That's all. So I see a strong focus. This is what matters. And it made you feel good. Like I said, it made you feel good. It made you feel like you were accomplishing something. Like, okay, I got this. I got this. Okay, I can go back out into the world. Okay. And Four of Wands in present day. Not pushing things too hard or too fast. Again, what you can directly control and be responsible for, make decisions on. All right, let's see that Four of Wands, please. Present day. Five of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. In present day, I see you in some sort of relationship, but you're. And relationship, once more, is how two people define it or build into it, thus the label. Okay, so whatever the label is, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I don't care. It's your relationship. You would know what it is. And in present day, Five of Cups, Queen of Wands, Nine of Swords, there is a sense here of something's happening, something is building, and it's provoking all the old fears of missed opportunities and regrets and losses in love. And so those are old fears on fresh energy. So just please be aware of that. I can see where you want to triumph. Some of you have quite a little fire streak in you. And you are showing me brave face energy. Okay? You're also showing me a certain level of passion for this. All right? But this is to be kind of expected when we find ourselves building into relationships. And whether or not we're prepared for it, sometimes it's besides the point. It's going to eventually provoke emotional attachment issues. And this is where we really get to figure out how much work we've done. Okay? So this is where you are. You're figuring out right now, for this Libra I'm looking at, how much work you've really done. Okay? The Empress and the Hierophant, this is a growing sense of attachment and respect and empowerment running both ways. an opportunity for commitment, okay, in the future for you. If you understand how far you have come. All right? I can see some people give in to that Nine of Swords and Five of Cups real quick. I don't want that to be the case for you. And while many of you did your heavy lifting back here and your grief healing too, perhaps there's an admission in you there's still more work to do. Because you're saying you want this. You want to build into it. You're actually excited about it. But man, it's provoking some old fears, yeah? I understand. The Empress. But congratulations to you. Because first of all, you found somebody that you want to build into. You know? It got your attention. It made you believe in possibilities again. And that's lovely. You know? Let's see that Empress, please. Six of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Hermit. I like that. At first you were like a bundle of nerves in this relationship, right? It's happening. It's happening. I feel good, but I'm scared. I've got reasons to be, Christina. Don't give me too much shit. I'm not trying to. I acknowledge it. Okay? Yeah. It's the provocation of old fears in present day. It's like, it depends on how two people build into it. If it feels like a relationship of the past, then it's probably just another representation of that. But if you honestly know and can see for yourself that this one's different, and that's where that sense of challenge is coming from. Oh, God, this one's different. So that means I get to be my more learned self in this new relationship. It's scary. It's scary. Because now we have the proof, the rise to that proof of living in our expectations and what we learned in healing and so on and so forth. And I like how your immediate energy next is, I'm going to do it. I didn't know, honey. I didn't know if you were going to give in to the fears of the past or if you were going to allow yourself to propel forward. And it looks like you're going to allow yourself to propel forward. And with this person, you recognize so much goodness in them. And it brings out some of those good elements in you. That's how you know it's a healthy connection. It wants more for you. You know, it would have you rise up, not fall down, or stay neutral. So this one is positive. It's healthy. You see that. You see it. Hierophant's here twice. There's commitment on the line. Okay? And with that, a certain sense of healing too. Very strong attributes you both share with each other. Okay? It's beautiful. Saying the Hierophant again is going to be a bit redundant. But I like how you're like, you know what? I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this. You're like with the Hermit there. Looking back on it, I got to choose this. You know? I've walked the path long enough. This is what I deserve. So I like how you overcome those fears, you know? Simply put, I see you going into the next phase with this person, but it's a committed phase of spiritual essence. And like I said, a strong sense of mutual respect for the other person and what they bring to the table. Four of Swords, Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, they want to grow this thing with you. And the more they connect to you, they also feel that sense of this is building, this has purpose, this serves a purpose. And you know what? It brings out good qualities in me too. They're saying they also benefit from healing and Four of Swords in connection to you. They stand behind this, so do you. Okay? They're like, whatever the pacing is you need or we need, that's what we're going to do. It doesn't matter if we connect slow. It doesn't matter if we connect fast, just as long as you and I understand words together. Okay? And they're like, that's all I want. They're willing to go at a slow pace if that's what you need. Okay? And there's something about that that makes you feel very, very safe and very secure. You're saying there's something about that that's healthy and possibly for some of you a missing principle to your former relationships. Perhaps things moved a little too fast. Or they were a little too insecure, but maybe it felt good at the time. Okay. So you had a lot of positive and negatives, mixed reviews. This person's like one direction, and that's healthy building. Do you want to join me there? You're like, hell yeah, I do. So there's something about that recognition that you see, you find comfort in. And that's wonderful. I was worried. I was real worried. It's like, oh, you know, I don't want you to give in to the fears of the past. Remember your work back here. Remember that. Okay? And you do. Phenomenally so. Beautifully so. Well done. Bravo. To the both of you, actually. Congratulations are in order, apparently. Huh. You know, send me an invitation to the wedding. In case I didn't make that clear, it's headed in that direction. All right, first quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. That's what I see right there for you right now, present day. Yeah. And last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. That's back there. Okay. All right. We have the letters L, J, A. And we have the, excuse me, we have the butterfly, sign of transformation. I saw that earlier back here in your opening, obviously. It wasn't easy, of course not. It rarely is. Wouldn't be too transformative if it was super easy, eh? Mm-hmm. All right. Libra, honey, I hope this helps you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Taurus, please. Show me Taurus. Alrighty. Okay, in the past. Oh, Six of Swords. Rising into Eight of Wands. Okay, present. Three of Cups. Before you, 10 of Cups. And you, in the outcome. Yay! Taurus wins. I love it. Six of Swords is in the past. When this happened, I don't know. You would know best. But you're showing me, well, I had to move on from something. Okay, so Six of Swords, first card down. It's not just about what you left behind, but also what you intend to enter. Okay, first card position. Very important. Eight of Wands, rising into communication. You are talking. You're opening up, expressing yourself. Three Cups, present day. Connecting, reconnecting. It feels good. It feels light. Okay. 10 of Cups, before and future. A sense of growing expansion in the old emotional harmony bracket, right? Your inner circle is growing, or it just feels like everything is just so in your life. You know who counts. You know who matters in your life. When you look out upon the world, you know what to expect in terms of love and support. Now, 10 of Cups, it's not about how many. It could be a couple of key folks. It could be 20, 30. It doesn't matter. The point is you feel good, okay, about those in your life. And there you are. Look at that. Grinning from ear to ear right there at the end. Okay, beautiful. I like that you are in possession of yourself. You are really feeling your own particular energies, your own particular superpowers. It's wonderful. All right, Six of Swords. Let's talk about it. I'm not saying you're perfect. But I like how you're just saying, you know what? I've moved on for something. I'm expressing myself. I'm connecting. That's all any of us can do, right? Live life. I like it. It's a very simple message. All right. Six of Swords. Aye, Four of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Empress. Aye. I mean, there's going to be a story behind that. It's going to be a hell of a story. You said this is something you had to do, so it's very self-claiming right here. Okay, with the Ace of Swords and the Empress. I won't dispute that. And you are marking it as some sort of relationship that you recognize. Four of Wands, once more, relationship, and that is defined by two people, thus the label. So, I don't know what your label was, but you're saying, well, I built into it until I didn't. Okay? So the Empress, the Ace of Swords, you're saying that was my choice. I acknowledge it. I take full ownership of it. Okay. You kind of left that sword behind. Now, I don't know when. I don't know how long ago. You're kind of showing me this is a known thought to you. Okay? It's a known action as well, and you take full ownership of it. That's it. That's all you showed me. But to your credit, It's not like you were probably walking around with this thought, but it did represent empowerment. Okay. In other words, you do what was right for you. Okay. Now, let's see where you're moving forward into. You're making it look easy, honey. You're making it look real easy. I know there was a whole process on it. And who knows how long that took, that Six of Swords to complete. Okay? Leaving one particular sword to arrive on another. That could have taken months. It could have taken seasons. It could have taken years. So no, I sincerely doubt that that was easy at all. There's some birds. I actually have a lot of birds. I have a lot of nests. And I'm very happy about that in my backyard. And they're very active right now. Very, very vocal right now. I don't know if you can hear them, but it's making me smile a little bit. Oh my goodness, they're so active right now. It's beautiful. All right, 8 of Wands. Every year I get to see the birds and their families. It's so lovely. 4 of Cups, 5 of Wands in the World. Ooh. You know what's so interesting is that you had such a strong declaration of self. This is me. This is what I did. That's what's up. It wasn't easy. And you're saying it's still not easy. I am sorry. What a pain in the... You know where. You know, I really like how you showed me ownership. You're going to need that. You're going to need that thought. You are trying to talk and probably about anything else other than this. You know. You're showing me I want to get on with life. And it's done so simply and so beautifully. And I am sorry you're met with such... I want to sit here and argue with you, Taurus. I don't know what you know about Taurus. If they don't want to argue, they won't. More often than not, you don't. You're the biggest conservative energy in the zodiac. If you don't want to use your energy towards anything that you don't want to, you won't. So in many respects, I am sorry that you were receiving so much, Taurus, sit here and fight with me because I'm mad and I want you to know it. And I like how you kind of calmly point back. See that? I'm going to refer you back to my past action. I left that behind. I stand by that truth. I'm not going to entertain an argument. I'm not going to entertain that space. And we're well past that point where I have to defend my actions. You're saying I really shouldn't have to explain myself anymore. So I am sorry. It's like, dang it. You are trying to convey other things. What you're receiving in return is a bunch of stuff that you don't want to deal with, and I am so sorry. You know, you might be done with this past, but the past apparently isn't done with you. So just saying, expect this. I'm sorry. You won't entertain it, though, to your credit with the world. You're like, I don't have to fight against or push against anyone's unhappiness anymore. Never mind, contribute to my own. I won't do it, I won't do it, I won't do it. What's that Sarah lady say? You get to choose your own level of participation? Well, guess what? I ain't participating, Chief. That's why I made myself clear the first time. I'm out. So I am sorry. You know, you're done with a particular shore, but like I said, it may not be done with you. That shore, whatever it is you left behind, is still holding grudges, some sort of fight, but mostly it's coming from a place of unhappiness, upsetness, and even anger. You know this. That's why you're choosing not to participate. Okay, I think it's very smart of you. You're showing me something that's largely non-negotiable, and that is correct for you. So in that respect, I completely agree with you to try to step into the arena and reassure it with words that you say you're done with. That would be folly. Yeah. The World, 5 of Wands, 4 of Cups. I know. And I'm sorry. Here you are. I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to talk about other things. Oh, this bullshit. So anyway, just to let you know, that's coming through. Some of you have already experienced this and you move past it. Some of you are in this process right now. So I'm just saying, Okay. Anyway, moving on, because that's what you want to do. That's what I want to do here as well. So I am sorry, you know. But you seem like a pretty steady Taurus, and you've made up your mind on this particular subject, and you don't want to fight. You don't specifically here, honey, you don't want to feed the words. You don't want to feed the words. Like, that time's over. I don't want to feed the words negatively. I want to have positive communication and express my interests elsewhere. Alrighty, Rue. 3 cups. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Four of Pentacles, King of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Okay. You are building your connections, your network. It seems to be largely attributed to your foundation. Okay? So what is you're connecting to in present day? It's like it's extension here, it's production there. You're building your empire. Okay? So right now as we speak, you are forging or reforging those connections that you say are very beneficial to your foundation. It's like you're strengthening it. You're strengthening or re-strengthening your community, your network, your resources, everything. Because you're in the business, apparently, present day of expansion. Well, you know what? You are stepping into that full on with the King of Wands there. You're like, this is where I'm at. This is where I got to be, baby. Empires don't make themselves. I'm expanding. And so you are. So it's connection, reconnection, not so much on the personal, intimate side, but okay, this is what I'm trying to connect to. This is what we're trying to build here. This is what we're trying to stabilize. This is what it's all about. So for some of you, it's, like I said, expanding your network, and for others of you, becoming reacquainted with parts of it that you may have missed in the process of separating from that. Okay, because there is a reacquaintance element in here as well. But just shoring it up, expanding it, strengthening what you got going on, you know, stabilizing the heck out of something. All right, 10 of Cups. Oh my. Do you know that Taurian collective? I get Taurus in 1 or 2 hands these days. Lover, aces, oh my God. And then you, leaving this behind. Go away. No more. I don't ever really know which Taurus I'm going to get, but you know, when you show up, you show the hell up. I'll tell you that. 10 of Cups. Let's do it. Oh, 5 of Swords just tried to pop out. What's up? Let me guess. Because you're showing me such clarity over your decision, I'm thinking whatever it is that you left behind was, or rather told yourself to move on from, had some deceptive tendencies. For some, just taking a guess there. Let's take a look at that 10 of Cups. It's no wonder you refuse to participate if you can't trust what's on the other side of it. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and the Wheel. Yeah, you're cleaning house. Yeah, you're cleaning house. You're cleaning house. Not everybody's going to fit in the inner circle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get that. Keep your inner circle small. Not everybody deserves a place there, you know? Someone can either harmonize with you because they want to. They show up for reasons that are healthy, like love and support. Or they don't. And that's what you're doing. You're taking inventory. And you have evidence too. It's not random. This is the opposite of random. This is based on evidence over time. Your inner circle is about to become smaller, even while your 10 of Pentacles is expanding. Do you see what you're doing? These are the people you're saying I really shouldn't try to work with in this life. Not everybody's a friend, and not everybody where it counts is family or good family, you know? So I see you going out of your way to stretch and expand to those folks who are actually good and functioning and serve a role in your life that's positive. And we're walking away from those who do the opposite. And we have evidence of this. Okay? Oh my God. In a way, I think the reason why you're showing me such a large context, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, okay, exclusion, inclusion, 3 Cups, 3 Pentacles, okay. Not everybody agrees with what you did, and they want you to know it. So you're kind of showing me, look, you either support me in what I've done or you don't. You're either Team Taurus or you're something else. And in a way, I get your thinking here. I respected myself enough to make a hard decision. And if you can't support that, guess what? I ain't support you. That's how this is kind of mapping. Okay? All right. Let's see that Hierophant, please. Let's see that Hierophant. Life gets like this sometimes, honey. Not everybody can appreciate what's going on, but I get it. And I have to agree with your initial opening, your initial statement. I'm doing what's right for me. It's such a strong declarative. Immediately met with kickback that you refuse to participate in. Then I see you carefully selecting who to connect with and why to expand your world and who needs to be subtracted from it. I think you made a very strong decision for yourself that not necessarily everyone else agrees with. All right. The Hierophant, 2 of Cups, Death, 10 of Cups. Jeez, honey. Yeah. Like I said, your inner circle is going to become smaller, but you will be happier for it. I know that sounds odd until you lived it. You know? Yeah. You're showing me one particular emotional union bond you have with somebody that you used to count as your 10 of Cups, and that's the one that you say hits the hardest. Most likely what you left behind. You're saying that was the hardest for you. You stand by those who stand by you. The Hierophant will always be the Hierophant. Okay? You will always be committed to those who commit to you. You will always show up and love and support those who do the same for you, you're saying. But this, once more, is non-negotiable. You don't expect everyone to understand, but you do expect them to support your decision. And if they can't do that, like I said, you're prepared to shrink your inner world. And maybe they just need time and space, but it shouldn't be done on your dime. Okay? You need to get on with life. You're making that very, very clear. You're living it too, so bravo. You could have showed me a bunch of bullshit theory work, but you're actually doing it. Not once did you show me a fragmented self. Splintered, I don't know. I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that, I'm not doing anything. You could have shown me that. No, you're actually living up to what you believe in. And like I said, do you know what it is when you don't have to find space for someone anymore? You know? And you feel a little lighter on the inside. There's something here you're not making yourself find space for anymore. And it really does kind of reaffirm your connections in this life. Okay. Woo. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is a Taurus reading. If ever there was a Taurus reading. Do you see your baseline? Do you see how simple that was? That's you 1,000 times over. You know what, Christina? You're not going to spend a lot of time with me today. You can just move on. It's simple. See, got it. Easy. Move on. And then we clarify you. Well, okay, it I thought it was straightforward. That's you. That's you every time. See, don't worry about it. See, I got it right here. Right here on the surface, I got it. We take a look at you in depth and we're like, what? Yeah. This isn't going to be easy, honey, but you're right. In this respect, to put not so fine a point on it once more, you're either going to be Team Taurus or you're not. And you will always have to be the bigger supporter of these kind of major decisions. You're right. Not everyone's going to go along with it. Not everybody's going to be cool. That doesn't mean it's your problem. It's for you to understand. All right. Last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. I think you have done and you will continue to do so. And then for some of you, now Aries season represents the height of this kind of cleaning house energy that you're going through now. Okay? All right. Excuse me. We have the letters R, A, Q, T, and then the Ten of Pentacles. Very you, very tree of life. Very strong sense of roots and stability and continuity, a whole way of life. And there it is again. Somebody has some very interesting Aries in your chart, or you're feeling this now whilst we're in Aries season. I'm going to go ahead and take a crack that some of you have a very prominent Aries placement, even if it's just one. But the key word here is being courageous. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I agree. All right, Taurus, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Virgo. What? Okay. The moon. Some of you are hiding right now, keeping secrets. Oh, but aren't we all, honey? What's going on, please? For Virgo. What's going on? Okay. Past. The Emperor, rising into justice. The Fool. Man, kicking ass and taking names. Before you, Death. Okay. All right. Three of Wands. Okay. Maybe as I was thinking, maybe we're kicking a little too much ass. It's like maybe we pumped the brakes. And you're like, no, I'm good. Okay. Well, you know, that's cool. Actually, I like this. I'm not going to lie. The Virgo collective's been in a certain span for a while, energetic span for a while. So this is nice. It's different. It feels a lot different. It feels empowering. Now, I'm going to clarify, and then I'll see the humanness and what's going on behind everything. But your baseline is actually speaking a lot towards empowerment, and I need to do what's right for me. I'm opening up, and there's some things I'm just not waiting for. And I'm like, hell yeah. So that's good. That's good. And it's based on the concept of transformation, not just, you know, I refuse to wait. It's just transformative in some way you understand you're not supposed to, which is good. That means you've done some good work in there. When people understand more about I need to seize the day and I need to live up to my own expectations, I'm going to see less and less things like wait. Good. But the Emperor, Justice, the Fool. Wow, that is bold, my friend. It is bold. It is refreshing. It makes me feel like I can breathe. The Emperor, Justice, the Fool. I love that. So in the past, there is a strong sense of ownership of self with the Emperor. I stand in my own power. This is what I've decided. This is what I'm going to do. And, you know, it can come off a little bit strong-willed for that reason, but sometimes we must exercise that level of empowerment because we understand something's correct for its justice. Technically, spiritually, legally, balanced, fair, karmic. Okay? Justice, just dues, something. The Fool in present day, opening up, taking a risk. We'll see what that's like for you. And then Death and the Three of Wands. Yeah, we have some sort of transformative energies about waiting and what that means. Okay? And what we expect from ourselves now. All right, let's take a look at that Emperor. Ooh. Some of you had to really learn the hard ways to transform your particular truths. Is what we think we know, and we're absolutely certain it applies to us, and then time happens. Truths change. Indeed. But the Ace of Swords, we come by it honestly, you know? It's not given to us. We have to earn that knowledge. Okay, let's see the Emperor, please. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Star. Some of you in the past, it was from your own kind of point of view, I'm going to put myself into a star. It's not working out very well, but I'm holding on to it. You're saying it's important to me, okay? And there was some sort of vision here, something that you had a very strong sense of desire to work out or work through. Four of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles. That's a lot of broken shards. But you're like, I'm going to hold on to the pieces. Maybe one day they'll make sense. And this is something that you said it's important to you, the Star. And it's like, why else would I be holding on to these broken shards of glass unless it was important to me? Well, it depends on how tightly you're holding on to them, because if you're cutting through your hands. But that's a decision we all have to make when we hold on to something. Is it worth it to me? Because you admit, whatever it is you were holding on to in the past, they weren't doing so well. It weren't. You're very honest about that. But nonetheless, this Virgo insisted on holding on to those pieces for as long as possible. Yeah, it's a vision, honey. It was a dream. The Star can be so deeply frustrating or so deeply rewarding. But you have to walk the path in order to find out which one it is. So some people don't give up on it very lightly. I understand. I get it. All right. Justice. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Fool. Fast forward a little bit. Okay. In the sense of justice, rising in from where you came from in the past, you started thinking about opening up. And this was a matter at some point that crossed into the realm of self-worth. Is it worth it to me to hold on to these fragments? Yes, the vision is always going to be a vision, but I also believe in empowerment. Would it be more empowering to me then to open up to new? Anything new? Would that be more correct for me instead of just holding on to something from the past I hope one day will work out? What's fair here? What's fair to me? What's correct for me? So you had a lot of what's correct for me questions and answers in there. And you have concluded upon the Fool not once but twice. Now what it is you will do with those broken fragments, well, I have an idea. But for a while, I think you said, I'm just going to hold on to them. But I think it's fair to me at this point in my life to be open to other things, other feelings, other opportunities, other loves, I don't know. Like that's what I can do for myself. That's how I can do right by me. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see that Fool in present day. How are we experiencing the Fool now? Huh. One more. Ten of Pentacles, the Chariot, and Strength. You're showing me a renewed sense of vigor for the life that you have, but really propelling it forward. So whatever goals that you had that were pending, excuse me, or slacking off in your Ten of Pentacles, your foundation, your stability, your career, your network, your resources, your community, you're like, we're going to go forward into that full motion. I'm going to be open to new connections. I'm going to be open to new experiences, but I'm going to drive my empire outwards. And you want to. You're doing that now. It's quite ferocious, actually. I like that. You have such a strong sense of this is what matters, and we are going to maximize the hell out of this. So, wow. Wow. It's almost like I'm going to see my world in a brand new way, with brand new possibilities. There's so much here. You're saying there's so much good in here. Maybe I lost sight of it. Maybe I fell out of tune with it, but this is what matters. This is what I can focus on. It's all about the here and now, baby. Not the stuff that didn't work out that I feel strongly about, but the stuff that has worked out and that is here before me, right in front of my very eyes. I made this, or helped make it. I don't know. But you're saying, this is mine. This is at my disposal. And I feel like I don't know half there is to know about my world or my foundation. So let's expand. Let's grow our territory. Come on. So you're showing me an open spirit to kind of see your world with fresh eyes and fresh energy. And you feel good about it. You authentically feel good about it. You feel good about what you're saying. You're seeing new possibilities within a pre-existing structure, which is awesome. Sometimes we really don't know what we're connected to until we start seeing it differently. And that takes a willingness to see things differently. You know? Don't assume that you know everything there is to know about your comfort zone. That's the downside to a comfort zone. We start to see it as like a really flat experience. Yeah, there's still more to discover in there. It's actually quite, I like this. It's speaking to me in a certain way. That opportunity exists in every corner. Even from the corners you thought you already knew, you know? It's inspiring, honey. It's inspiring. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and combine those deaths and the Three of Wands. We transform this idea of waiting and hoping. Started putting boundaries up. Walls in place, demanding certain expectations. Oh, Ace of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. It's interesting. It's kind of like you're saying, I'm not going to wait on love to rescue me, which is a very bold statement, my friend. Very bold. Don't get me wrong, the Emperor and Empress make certain choices every day. It's expected of them. Choices of empowerment. I think we know what the broken pieces were that you were holding on to. It's something that used to mean everything to you. Turns out your everything is right here. That which you can put yourself into, that you're welcome to put yourself into, and that you will receive by many. But at some point in the past, you're like, I'm going to hold on to these shards of glass. And your hope and desire was strong for those broken pieces, and it usually means one of two things. A very important goal that's falling apart before our eyes. Or love. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to spend any more time wondering if someone's feelings have changed, or if they're more in tune with them, or if they're as deep as they used to be, or if we're not concerning ourselves if they still love us or are in love with us. We've transformed that. You're learning to let that go. To stop waiting for it, to stop anticipating it. I don't quite know what that heart space is to you, except you held on to the remnants of it for as long as you could, and you meant it with the Emperor there. You did. But this is your world. You derive so much from it. Ten of Cups, Nine of Cups, the Knight of Wands. For those of you who want to know about that, the more intimate side of things and time, yeah. Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups. Emotional fulfillment and otherwise. That'll eventually harmonize your life in a way that makes sense. You will be very excited by it, personally pleased by it as an understatement, but also fits into the greater scheme of your life. But for now, it's enough to transform those broken pieces as something you don't need to hold on to anymore, because it costs you the more you hold on to them, the more it cuts you. Okay. Go deeper, new moon in Scorpio. Don't be afraid of the depths of what you feel. It's all normal, natural. It's in there anyway. And Virgo just did a... I don't know. Some of you might have some critical placements, Scorpio placements in your chart. Access it. It's at your disposal. Use it. Yes, the full moon in Scorpio is coming up soon. We have the letters V, O, L. One letter short of love. One piece short of a full cup. Yeah, no, honey, we don't want to wait on someone else's heart space. The fact that you were willing to hold on to the pieces as long as you did kind of was already a testimony on your behalf. The other side didn't come through, or it didn't have a changed heart. You did your bit. All right, we have the coffee bean. Some of you are quite fond of your coffee. Perhaps some of you have naturally high energy, particularly now, because I saw the Fool for you twice, so that's a heightened energy for some of you, like I said, now. And then we have the Wolf in reverse. You weren't trying to be cunning or clever or smart or territorial or anything like that. No, you weren't trying to hunt this. You wanted this to come back through of its own free will. Okay. And then we have the Ladybug in reverse. I know some of you feel like you don't have any luck in love yet. Don't worry about that. Okay. No, don't worry about that. That'll come through in time. All right, Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me. Ooh. Show me Capricorn, please. What's going on? Uh-oh. What's going on? All right, pass. Nine of Pentacles, rising into the Six of Swords in this present-day position, the Fool. The Hermit, speaking of which, if you have any Virgo in your chart, that's my fancy way of saying Virgo. It's a long story. Never mind all that. Anyway, if you have Virgo in your chart, perhaps check this out. I promise you I shuffle these many times in between readings, and then there's what you see. They didn't have their own power card, but they did have the full same placement. Anyway, outcome is the Sun. Go on then. Go on then. Ah! All right. Don't pull the Taurus on me. We're on the surface. Everything's cool. It's cool. And then I clarify, and it's like, whoa, okay. But on the surface, you look great. Now, don't get me wrong. You've clearly made choices. You're a Capricorn who has clearly made choices. Do we understand that? Nine of Pentacles, of our own free will, of our own sense of individuation, of self, right? Experience. This is what I can do. You're like, I made a decision at some point in my past, the experience being with me, to move on or move forward in some way with the Six of Swords. We'll see. But you know what? The decision suits you. With the Fool in present day, you're like, There's a sense of, just like Capricorn just stepped out of the shower. You just feel so refreshed. It's like, and it does settle in that way for me. It's lightness. It's a lightness of being. It's just a new beginning in whatever form that takes. And for some people, it's not like completely hitting the reset button on their life. For some people, it's just tweaks here and there. But the point is that we're open to those tweaks. We're open to those changes. Just enough to get us going and feel good, you know? Make some changes. It's not always these big ideas. Anyway, the Hermit. Yeah, like I said, it's not always these big ideas. Your openness to change is largely dependent upon how much work you've done as the Hermit, which is a highly reflective card in tarot. It's not like Temperance, where time stretches out and we learn things here and there, kind of sporadically. But the Hermit's like, I'm in it. I'm cracked open my book of wisdom, and this is what we're learning. And we're learning. And we're learning. So much learning. And you have to be willing to hold your lantern up and look at your path and see where you've come from and all that stuff. Okay? So yeah, here's the Fool, but it's a measurable Fool. You know? It's based on real reflection and insight, which I love. And then the Sun's in the outcome. Yay! Joy! Oh, happy day. So this is good stuff. I'm liking it. I'll clarify though, and you might be like, Christina, the struggle was real. Well, sure. There's 5 cards on the table and a real human behind it. Yeah. Real chose for life. I'm going to see struggle. Refer to Geminis, which I looked down expecting to see your card. Your card's not on the table, but your power card did show up for theirs. Theirs was quite the struggle, but, you know, it, you get through it in the end. That's why a lot of us watch tarot. What the hell am I doing? Why am I doing it? And that would be the human. All right, 9 of Pentacles. Well, a good human asks themselves that from time to time. What the hell am I doing? 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, 5 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an independent decision then. And I don't blame you for that. That is going to be a decision based on experience. Okay. Not necessarily how you feel about it. Don't get me wrong, you're disappointed. But it's kind of like this is a measurable experience based on time, energy, effort, and like I said, experience. There was an opportunity here that you're just like with much regret. It's almost like you're saying, I'm sorry I took that Ace of Pentacles, because you're saying it weighs on you in all the worst ways. In some way, some sort of job or career opportunity, something real, tangible, something that's supposed to offer stability. So this could be home, spaces, territory, things like that. You're like, at the time, I really thought this was a good thing. This was a good deal. And I've been regretting it ever since, because it wears on you. There's something here about the responsibility that is outweighing what you get from it. So while in many respects it gave you experience, it also ground you down at the same time. You got to ask yourself if that's the kind of experience you want to continue to maintain. You asked me, you got from this what you needed to get from it. Okay? But you're a smart Capricorn. You're experienced. You see it for yourself. You know. As I thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm only getting exhausted. And I'm disappointed, and I'm hurt, and I'm not going to lie once more. I'm seriously regretting taking that new opportunity. But I learned what I needed to learn. And frankly, I'm tired of feeling like crap all the time. Shouldn't have to regret those opportunities, right? They're supposed to be an opportunity. So whatever that ace is, or whatever it used to represent, thank you very much. You know? I'm trying to put that in a context where it's not just a job. So I remember my first junker of a car. I mean, it was the real POS. But, you know, I was a broke college student. I put myself through school, as I've talked about a couple of times. And, you know, my first car, everybody's first car is real. Oh, there are some days you're like, it can't be worth my safety just to get from point A to point B. That's what kind of car it was. So while it caused me a lot of frustration and a lot of regret, yeah, why did I buy it? Well, that's what I could afford. On more days than not, it got me to from point A to point B. Oh my God. It wore me down, but it taught me a lot. You see what I'm saying? So I was trying to liken it in comparison to something. But yeah. Anyway, but that's way back when, guys. That's where the old college days. All right. 6 of Swords. And moving on from that offer. Moving on. Thank you for what it was, like I did with the old car. Thank you for whatever the hell you were. And it's time for you and I to part ways. Off to the junkyard you go. 6 of Swords. For some of you, this was a matter of relocation. Five of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Knights of Wands. Okay, every now and again in your process of moving on from this, you would kind of casually look back over your shoulders like, are we sure? We sure, Capricorn? Are we sure? Oh, this is a matter of stability, folks. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we leaving behind a perfectly good Ace of Pentacles? Oh, yeah, because that Ace of Pentacles was fucking exhausting, Capricorn. I don't want to keep doing it. It's more trouble than it's worth. Are you sure about that? Because it provided some sort of etc., etc. So you did that even while you were leaving it behind. And that's okay. It's what you call doubting yourself. This is a kind of standard package doubting yourself. Like, I still have energy. I still have energy for this. I'm crazy. Turn that boat back around and go back over there. And the bigger part of you that knew better was like, no. Move it forward. You stubborn Capricorn. Move it forward. So every now and again, I can still be open to this. I can still be open I can do remote with this. I can remote work this a little more, even while I leave it. So I some of you went through that period. You understand? Okay, I understand. It's that, oh my God, what did I just do? Are we seriously leaving this behind? Am I seriously giving up that car? I love that car. No, I didn't. No. But it's what I got used to, right? It was better the problems I knew than the problems I don't. That's all you're telling me. Self-doubt. Normal. Point is that you still moved on. You keeping yourself open towards it, that would have been the real self-sabotage. How do you think you got into that space of Five of Cups and Ten of Wands? That's the real self-sabotage. Not you second-guessing yourself. FYI. All right. Once more. Moving on. The Fool. I really enjoy our little chats, Cappy, honey. You always kind of paint a good story for me. All right. Let's see that Fool, please. Ace of Wands, Temperance, Page of Pentacles. Now you can breathe. Oh, gosh. Once the process is complete, once you've left this behind, you're going to feel so much better. The doubts and the misgivings are going to fall away, and then also that sense of weariness, just hard, wearing energy, that's going to fall away too. And there's no time like the present. It's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good. So immediately you're showing me the soothing principle after this, having completed it, and you're like already, you feel like you can open up and you're soothing at the same time, opening up and soothing at the same time. So that's beautiful. I love that. So, you know what? That was time well spent. Eight of Wands, you're communicating, you're opening up, just whatever your next point of venture is, your next adventure maybe, and you look so comfortable, you look so much more relaxed, you look like you can breathe. It looks like you're enjoying yourself a lot more. Which is good. You know, it's just when you walk around with that kind of contented energy, maybe I'll stop in at that new bakery and get myself a treat. And you know that, just those small moments between you and you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying for you. It's great. I love it. Continue to show yourself patience. Continue to show yourself compassion. But for the most part, just be ready to open up here and there in little pockets. It's going to feel so good. Continue to communicate your intent. And this is happening now. It's a beautiful, I am envious of you, honey. Where you are right now is so gorgeous. Oh, my God. Oh, that's lovely. I just love those little moments. And some of their big moments, too. That's awesome. The Hermit. Let's see the Hermit. That's well another reason I wasn't too worried about you. Some of you are familiar with the in-depth healing processes. And when people show me that, I tend to worry about their Five of Swords less and things like that. I know that the Capricorn I'm looking at knew the bigger part of them needed to move on from this. Okay? No, did one? I thought one just dropped, but apparently no. The Hermit. The World, Queen of Wands and the Four of Swords. Continue to heal over this, and some of you have a nice little fire streak that runs through you from time to time, and that's the one that tells you I got energy for this. I can handle a lot. I think you can. I don't disagree with you. But this is going to really be your opportunity to rest your passionate energies, your ambitious energies, specifically here, your trailblazing energies. Some of you really largely identify with what it is that you do, specifically what you can throw yourself into with a certain level of, bravado. So that's cool. I understand. I totally get that. This is, like I said, your opportunity to rest your ambitions or your passions. Okay? By all means, open your spirit and comfortably, calmly, quietly. But the Hermit says we still have some work to do. We need to heal this idea-ness of what is best represented as our passions or ambitions specifically. Because Capricorn, sometimes we tend to go a little overboard. We should probably heal that just a little bit. And some of you, you can't help but wonder why you kept looking back over this and what does that mean and how does your ambition tie back to it all? Was it pride that tried to keep it going? Or did you really feel you had more to give this? It's probably a little bit of both. Point is, it wasn't the best use of your energy. Okay? You're showing me the space where you have the luxury to contemplate your next trail. Take that time. Try not to expect too much from yourself too soon. Okay? If you're in this beautiful, content place, man, rock on. What you next throw yourself into, you'll be wiser for wear. All right? All right, the sun. Show me that sun, please. Show me that sun, show me the sun, show me the sun. Here comes the sun. Na, na, na. Okay. 9 of Cups. Oh, 5 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. I love that. That's a nice little reflection point. I am so much happier since I left that. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. I love that. Yeah, definitely wiser for wear about what makes you happy. Really, truly, authentically makes you happy with the 9 of Cups and the Sun. That is a, excuse me. That's my lisp/stutter. It's inevitable. Okay. But that is a direct line of, I understand this is what makes me happy. No confusion. And it's like the Hanged Man, 5 of Pentacles. Oh, thank God. You didn't know how happy you were to break from that until it was done and you got over here. Yeah, no, that's cool. I understand. You look so free, honey. You look free as a bird. Honestly. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're doing stuff, but you look free as a bird. At least energetically. You look like 1,000 times lighter than your opening. You made some really good decisions. I want you to keep that with you. Trust yourself to make good decisions. Okay, we all hesitate. We all turn our head backwards. Are we sure we're doing this? We just don't get lost to it. Don't get lost to it. Second guessing, self-doubt, this is normal. But it's not a true representation, right? Okay. Before we do charms. I like that. I'm so much happier. That's going to give you a lot to think about. I don't know. Some of you, FYI, I'm just going to put this out there. Some of you might be thinking about retiring early. That is just an impression that hit me. Or you're retiring sooner than you expected. And you're like, how much I can keep carrying this role a little bit longer. I don't know. It was like a flash on the screen. Thinking about retirement. Let me know if that's true for you. That would explain a lot of that freedom I'm saying. Or liberation. And I can do whatever the hell I want. All right. Know your worth. Always. New moon in Taurus. Which is coming up a couple weeks. Couple weeks, actually. Your next move. Your next trail. Know your worth. Regardless. Okay. We have the letters M as in mother and U. We have the medallions of Libra and Cancer. Keyword here being imaginative. We also have the seashell of Cancer. So you might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to in some way. I didn't see here today. The core energy was about you, but also just FYI. And then their seasons might be important to you as well. Okay, Cappy honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Scorpio. What's going on? Show me, Scorpio, please. Show me, Scorpio. What's up? What's going on? Past, Queen of Cups, rising into Tower. Present day, Chariot. I have some thoughts on that. Queen of Swords, so do you. Okay, outcome is justice. Okay. Yeah, that first impression was, I'm laughing because your reaction was, well, I'm getting the hell out of here. That's it. You opened up beautifully. The Queen of Cups, like, I feel good. In my heart, I feel good. You know, the openness to love and to be loved, right? It's beautiful, it's soft, it's inviting, intuitive as well. Tower, something happened, something went down, something happened. We'll see what that was. But your response was the same. Chariot. I'm out. Moving forward. Moving on. Quite strong, though. Quite strong with the Chariot there. It's the forward driver in this position. Queen of Swords. And at some point in the future, we're going to reflect on things and be like, okay, this makes sense, that makes sense. This is what we learned. And then also our sense of determination for the future. Justice. I got to tell you what the future looks like. Harmonized. Fair, balanced, correct, spiritually, legally, technically, any of those things, all those things, karmically, you know, justice. Everything is just. Okay. Alrighty. What's going on in the old heart space there, at least in the past, yeah? Queen of Cups, natural state of grace energy for water signs. All right. Queen of Cups. What's going on? Okay. Queen of Cups for the Queen of Cups, the Sun, the Ace of Swords. Man, you know, in your past, just gorgeously happy. So phenomenally happy. Such a strong sense of self. Very loving you are. In what you might call emotionally generous. You're just that Scorpio, whether or not you want to hear it, you're just a big squish. You know, you might be an absolute badass on the outside, but on the inside, you're a big squish. You know, you're a feeler. You're a feeler. And shut up. No, no, the Scorpio I'm looking at, you're like, I know. You know, you've probably got that label of being called sensitive. But you know what? You being in tune with it, that's good. That means you know yourself. Some people can hear that sensitive label and just they see it's a criticism. But honestly, it takes a certain level of strength to be sensitive. So, you know, you're very familiar then with your heart space. You have a very strong sense of ownership of your feelings. It's like, I feel what I feel, and then P.S. I know what I know. And I love that. It's one of my favorite combinations, and it can be very direct. It can be very forward. And some people can see it as obstinate. How can you be so confident about what you feel? How can you be so confident about what you know? Because I know myself? Did that not ever occur to you? To know yourself? So it's, you know, I'm giving a good laugh because it just, it's funny because it's not arrogance to me. It really is ownership. It is full ownership. Look at that. Not once, but twice. I love that. You know? Don't get me wrong. You know, when you're upset, you're going to be upset. I know. But what's that? Look at that. You're very happy, Scorpio. Very happy. Balance there between heart and mind. I love it. That's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. Authentically happy from the heart. You're just kind of showing me an overview of how you identified in the past, and I hope that you still identify with many of these elements because they're beautiful. All right. Tower. What's up with that? Let's see that tower, please. You look so happy. You're so happy. And intuitive, of course. Let's see that tower, please. Queen of Wands, Justice, the Emperor. Yeah, so don't know who that is. You already kind of gave me your energetic ID print. Very clear about who you are, or how you perceive yourself. Cool. So this is decidedly not you. The Emperor, Justice, the Queen of Wands, someone who comes across as correct and commanding, but they're anything but. You, to be clear, gave them a lot of credit. A lot. As someone who's empowered and correct and knows what they're doing. And they're passionate in their own way. But they have a kind of commanding authority of themselves. In other words, you thought they were like you, just from perhaps a different element or a different point of view. But you saw someone here who is very strong-willed in nature, very just, very correct, very knowledgeable, very wise, steadfast, strong, disciplined. Turns out they're not. Tower. Somehow, their image of how they perceive themselves or you perceive them blew up. In other words, the opposite of those things are true. Someone who represents anti-empowerment, greedy, selfish, unruly, but tries to come across desperately as being correct in all things, or cool and level-headed in all things, and they're not. You know, it's a hard day. It's a hard day. In many ways, it's also a freeing day, but it's a hard day nonetheless when we have such a strong vision of somebody and it completely gets blown apart. And this is where I get to tell you the same thing I tell everybody. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. But in some way, the tower came down and the mask came off, and however you want to do it. And whoever you thought they were wasn't true, you know. I'm sorry. But if it helps you, your opening was such as I do know me. And I'm pretty happy. I feel what I feel, love what I love, and I know what I know. You know, it may not be the best, but it works for me. And you're like, whatever that it was, whoever this was, you're going to be disappointed. I thought I knew you. But the tower says it was a false concept of self, construct. There was some powerful elements in there. I don't know who their connection is to you. I have no idea. You might show me as we progress. I honestly don't know. It's someone whom you had an outstanding view of. You thought the world of them. And you attributed to them a great deal of power and authority, too. Discipline, rank, standing sense of figurehead, someone who carries a lot of weight, bearance, a good opinion, good word, something. No. Let's see that Chariot. You did say I'm out of here. I don't know how long it took you to say I'm out of here. I don't know how fast or slow your peel out was. But you at some point did say, right now roughly in the present, I've moved forward or I've been moving forward. Okay. The Empress. Ten of Cups. King of Cups. Oh, so beautiful. You're going to make me cry a little bit. Just a little bit. Whatever they weren't, I know what you are. It's so funny. In your opening, you didn't say I'm an Empress. You didn't say I'm this, that, and the other. It's like I'm a sensitive fucking Scorpio. Okay? That's what I know I am. All right? There, I said it. You own it. But in your present day, as you move forward and you move away from this, you learn what real empowerment is. It's not whatever this false notion was. But you discover it for yourself, and that was being true to yourself, and that what matters in this world. I see you harmonizing there with somebody who's more like you in the heart, a lot more like you in the heart. And it brings out your best qualities, particularly love, protection, generosity, I told you were emotionally generous. Okay? The Empress is the embodiment of productivity, and that includes our emotions as well. So you're a very strong emotional giver. Okay? To say that you love and support the people who matter the most in your life is an understatement. You're nurturing, and you believe, honestly, that everyone should serve a function or purpose in this life. And if they can stand up and love and support you, you will give them more than their fair share. You know, very nurturing you are. And like I said, I don't see you being alone. I actually see you harmonizing with someone who shares a similar heart wave to you. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. This is what you're experiencing more or less now as you continue to move forward. This is what matters, and this is what's real. This is what real empowerment is. Knowing yourself. Not someone who fakes it. Who says they're this, that, and the other. But somebody who actually lives their beliefs. Okay? I agree. I think that's the person who likes to show face, say they have good game, but when it's time to stand up, they fall down. You know? Kind of comes across as a full of shit energy, you know what I'm saying? But it must have been some mind-blowing stuff. Because there's some people who talk a lot of shit. That's everybody, honey. That's all of what social media is, honestly. And there's some people who are like, no, this is really who I am, though. Believe it. Please believe it. Please believe it. Please believe it. You don't believe it. You couldn't stand up to your own image. But for some reason, you had to learn it the hard way, and I'm so sorry. But in many respects, it gave you a good reflection of what real empowerment is. Okay. How to move on with your life and know who should be in there. Long story short, you know. All right, Queen of Swords. Big difference between someone who thinks they're empowered versus someone who is. You live it. You don't front it. You live it. All right, Queen of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Lovers, 3 cups. Hell yes. You're like, whatever this is I'm connecting to, it works for me. And how? Yes, it's like it really works for you, honey. So I don't know who you're clicking with now, and you're finding space for them in your 10 of Cups now, and they bring out some beautiful qualities in you now. That's going to deepen for you soon. So it's Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, the 3 of Cups. It's like, hell yes, this is a good investment. And it actually seems to be building into something that's more tangible. This connection, whoever this is to you, not only do they share a similar heart space to you in terms of a wavelength or the elemental wavelength, there's something in here that's attached to them. It's a strong opportunity. So it could be that there's more than one element rising as you move forward in this, such as work, so I don't know, a career opportunity. Because not only do I see the connection strengthening in and of its own accord, the more you connect to it, there's a realness that's showing up alongside it. So it could be that some of you are advancing, okay, in your more intimate connections. And then also, yeah, like I said, work into a career. Something that really comes, wow, it's beautiful. It could be that the connection of itself is the metaphor for a strong opportunity to take this as a realistic investment and to run with it. For some of you, I'm looking at 2 things that are more or less shaping up at the same time. In which case, congratulations. I've seen a rising star for many of you in terms of work and career for months. I can't say I'm surprised. But just FYI, you know, this, whatever this is shaping up quite well. You're aware of it. You got your mind focused upon it. Justice. Beautiful, bravo, well done to both of you. Oh, yes. You know, I don't just want a lover and name. I want them indeed. You know. And why stop there? Scorpio says. We can have it all. Sure, why not? Why not, honey? Why not? Let's have it all. Justice. It's nice to see something like this for you. Although I am sorry about that tower. Like I said, that had to have been a mind-blowing moment. I thought I knew you. Okay, Four of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, Justice for you. They showed me justice falsely attached to this person. Four of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups. In some way you attach this person to love, or you did. And when their image blew up, it kind of freed your heart in some way. You know, over time, we realize now that most of our perceived image of whomever this was largely based on how you felt about them. Oh, isn't that the truth? You know, but now you're showing me the correctness of heart now, and that's what counts. You're balanced in your heart now, as you should be, as one might expect, given this. You have a fully operating cup now. You have a full sense of being in love with what you have now. Understanding that your feeling for this, while you might have felt it strongly, did not serve you to hold on to it. It kept your image of them alive for a while until you couldn't keep avoiding their true image. Okay. But it's your cup that matters now. It's balanced now. Okay. This is what matters now. Clearly. Clearly. And it feels oh so good and oh so right. So, I don't know who we started harmonizing with and trying to find space in each other's lives, but you're moving full speed ahead in that. So, for many of you, congratulations. Continue to expand and become something quite unique. All right. Yeah. Reveal what needs to be seen. Everybody's getting the Scorpio cards. I don't know how many are in here. Everybody's got a couple, but reveal what needs to be seen. Last quarter moon in Scorpio, of course, our sign. The upcoming full moon in Scorpio will be soon. I want to say about a month or so. But yeah, reveal what needs to be seen. And that's right here with the Tower. For many of you, we're already past that point, but you might still be unpacking the vision of what you learned. Okay? All right. Continue to move forward, though. Chariot, like I said, I'm out of here. Okay. We have the letters T, N, F, A. And then we have the owl in the upright. Yes, I know I've seen that a couple times. Very smart some of you are. Very wise. Okay, eyes wide open, observant. We have the arrow of Sag, also a.k.a. Cupid's arrow here. Yeah, I see love striking home. Absolutely. Sagittarius season might be important. Some of you might have some very interesting Sag in your chart. And then once more we have the wolf in reverse. It's not a matter of being cunning here, not pursuing anything, not trying to hunt anything. No. Okay. All right. Oh, and I just see it over here. The letter R also came out. Okay. All right, Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. This is beautiful. Congratulations. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Pisces. What's going on for Pisces, please? Show me, Pisces. Oh, what's going on? Past, Three of Cups, rising into the Fool. Yeah. Present day, Three of Swords. Oh, honey. Oh, I know. You tried, though. You tried. Queen of Pentacles and the outcome, Six of Swords, until you stop trying. Good for you. Let's say that right now. Good for you. You took the hint, right? A lot of people will stand around sitting and taking more and more hints. And they're not even clues. It's like, it's the obvious. And a lot of people don't want to accept the obvious. You did, so congratulations to you. You tried. You can honestly say you tried. So Three of Cups in the past, connecting, reconnecting to something. It felt good at the time. With the Fool, you rose into it. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open up to this. And then in present day, you're like, I wish I hadn't. It hurts phenomenally. Feels like I've been stabbed in the heart. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. This is a matter of self-worth. This is something clearly you can cut off sooner rather than later. Even if you've been connected to it or reconnecting to it for a long time, you can still, there's no time like the present. This is a matter of self-worth. I don't want you to stay here. You don't want you to stay here. Six of Swords and the outcome. Yeah, no shit. I hope so. Now, don't get me wrong. You might pull a, I don't know if I should leave this. Yeah, you do. You do. All right? I'm not telling you what to do, but I am encouraging. I'm not going to lie. I don't want you to accumulate any more stabs in the heart. That's it. If something will not change, it will not change. That's it. Three of Cups. Three of Cups. I know what some of you are thinking. I'll get to that. But first, I want to see the first three cards. Let's see that Three of Cups, please. The Lovers, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups. I see you had a strong reaction to it. It's, hell yes. It's the Lovers, baby. It's very strong, you know. And when we initially opened up towards this, a little bit of curiosity, a little bit of heat, the Page of Wands, little guy, a little bit of interest, intrigue can go a long way. I can see why. It was strong. It spoke to you immediately from the heart, too, Queen of Cups. Like it might be worth it to me to open up to this. Let's see. Let's see what this Lover's all about. Because I like what I'm feeling. That's honest. I know. I understand. I don't knock you for that. It is straight away. You're like, ooh. Ooh. Look at that tall glass of water. But at least that's how you're reacting to it spiritually, emotionally, and possibly passionately like that too. But the attraction is really real. I don't blame you for trying. Like I said, you tried. I see people who connect to the Lover's connection all the time. They're like, no. That's too confrontational. In other words, they feel too much too quickly, and it's scary. That could be scary too. All right, the Fool. But that was the past. How long ago? That's up to you. Nine of Swords, and there's the stress. Knight of Swords and the Empress. At some point, the more you kept connecting to this, you started showing signs of stress. But then you played it like you was cool, like everything's fine. Like I'm here as a matter of self-will. I want to be here. I know what I'm doing. I'm the Empress. I'm empowered. I'm going to continue to open up towards this. Even though it stopped being so fun and passionate and connecting from the heart. At some point, you just started to take action towards it, but it became more and more of an anxious action. But you're like, you know what? Optimism. Just the Fool? I'm going to try. You know what? It's worth it to me. It's worth it to me to try to keep connecting to this. It's starting to cause me a lot of angst. It's starting to cause me a lot of anxiety. And it doesn't always feel so soft or romantic like it once did. But okay, okay. I can do it. I can handle it. I'm the Empress. I can handle this. I've seen that a couple times. And then the Three of Swords. Let's see that. Three of Swords. Two of Swords, Two of Wands, Judgment. You had a decision to make about continuing to see this, knowing the harm it was causing you. You had lessons to attach to this. So Two of Wands, Two of Swords says, Pisces, we can't keep acting like we don't know or that we don't have a decision to make. So going back to what some of you were suspecting, or I was kind of suspecting, you just want confirmation. Was this a third party? It has some clues there. Okay. Yeah, you had a choice to make. At some point, this stopped being fun and romantic and something that you feel that you could handle. You thought they would change. You thought the situation would change. It has those moments. But the decision was always going to land on you for some reason. You were going to have to choose to step away from this. Otherwise, it might have continued as is and just continue to get the same stabs in your heart. Now, to be clear, third parties can arrive in many forms, okay? Outside connection that constantly pulls someone else away and they can't show up to this authentically. You know, that could be a disapproving sibling or some sort of weirdly codependent parent situation. I don't know. But I see you standing around and waiting for this in between the ache of wanting to connect to it. Which means this did not get your full attention. It didn't give you a full attention either. I can see where it hit hard on that opening. I got you, honey. You opened towards it. You felt soft towards it. It felt good. It started to become mechanical. I got this. It makes me very anxious, but I'm going to keep myself open towards it, exploring it with a Fool. But as you did, it seemed like it was just hurting you more. So, like I said, for some of you, this was a third-party situation. You may not have known that upon entering, but if you did, now you know. It's no good. It's not worthy. It's not worthy to you, anything. It's just not worthy. It's not worth it. We have that decision, though. Three of Swords, Two of Wands, Two of Swords, stop. You can stop choosing this. It doesn't choose you correctly. So that means you can't choose it correctly either, no matter what your intents are. Choice works both ways. Okay? This is a matter of self-worth at this point, with or without a third party. Someone hurts you, and they hurt you. It doesn't go past the Three of Cups and a hot lover with some twos over a judgment card and a bunch of bullshit heartbreak. I don't care if it's third party or not, it's still not worthy of you. Degrading energy is degrading energy. I don't give a damn what the explanation is. Okay? Makes you feel like shit, it's because it does. Queen of Pentacles. Let's see that Queen of Pentacles. Choose better, choose you. Okay? Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Five of Cups, I understand. Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Practically speaking, you know the right thing to do is move forward even if it's slow. Five of Cups, we need to chalk this one up to a regret. But we know better. We absolutely know better. I see many of you actually have tendencies towards those Earthian values. That says reliability, responsibility. I know what's worth my time, energy, and effort. And perhaps we just lost sight of that in connection to this because it felt so fresh and light and easy, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of regret there. It's like, I know better. I know better. King, Queen of Pentacles, I know better. I know what a good investment is, and I know this is not speaking well to my own sense of self-worth. I know. Let's get back on this path, please. Six of Swords. Moving on. Okay? I know you know better. Again, third party or not, it's just The situation's not worthy of our energy, you know? It never is. But when you connect to that, something like that, it feels so rare and so unique. You're going to say, shit, I haven't felt like that in a long time, or I didn't even know I could feel like that. That's why. That's why. You know? But everything else after that becomes a choice about how we choose to participate. If it's great, good, keep going. If we don't, why? Six of Swords. I mean, if the participation's good, great, keep going. And if it's not so good, why do we continue to participate in it when we know better? Okay. King of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, we're working really hard to leave this behind. It's not easy. It's frustrating. It's frustrating getting yourself back on path because it seems like this has introduced some chaos into your life, trying to accommodate it in some way, and I am sorry. Your Seven of Pentacles, your pathway here, it looks a little rocky at the moment. There is a sense that the energy for you needs to come down, and you're going to go through what looks like an angry phase, a remorse phase, a grief phase, maybe for some of you, sure. Because you were hurt by this, all right? It will pass, all right? There is some upheaval here, but the idea is you're going to move past it and leave it behind, all right? It didn't flourish. It didn't stabilize. But that doesn't mean there wasn't fallout. And sometimes you're going to get angry. But keep that focus on an honest outcome, and you will have an honest answer. Okay. Is this your reading for today? Yeah. Is your reading next week? Probably not. In other words, it's not your forever outcome. That's all. Trust the universe. First quarter moon in Aquarius. Trust the universe. It was here. I know, and that's the hardest part. I knew. I acted like I didn't know, but I knew. We have the letters D, I, B. We have the medallion of Aries and then Sag. Some very strong fire placements in your chart, perhaps. Could be that there's seasons, for instance, Aries. We're in Aries season right now. Might be important to you. And you could have been connecting to. Okay. Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Cancer, please. Show me Cancer. Show me Cancer. What's up? What's going on? The past. King of Swords, rising into the star. Cool. Present day, Queen of Pentacles. Cool. Nice. Six of Wands and Ten of Cups. Well, that's lovely. I love this. This is great. It's not saying this for anybody. Of course, I'll clarify and they'll see the real humanness behind it with the conflict and the inner turmoil. But this is absolutely beautiful in the baseline. King of Swords in the past. At some point for yourself on your own timeline, you made up your mind about a star, a vision, a focus. And you're like, right, that's what I'm going to do. You're going to make those dreams come true, which is great. It's beautiful. Like I said, your mind was focused upon it. You got clear with your wants, what you were going to do, how you were going to do it, how you're going to make that star happen. Queen of Pentacles, present day. You know, you're saying, I'm pretty comfortable. I like who I am. I like what I've done. I've made some good decisions there. You seem to be comfortable. You seem to be comfortable in your environment, your investment, your sense of self, self-worth, responsibility, head of household, that kind of thing. It's beautiful. Six of Wands before you in future, a sense of triumph, recognition, possibly for a job well done. Outcome is the Ten of Cups, emotional harmony. Yay! We'll take that. And Ten of Cups, by the way, it's not a competition. Everybody's is different. Some people have 2 or 3 precious other folks in their life. For others, it's 20 or 30. The point is that when we look out upon our world, we see these people. We're glad they're there. They're supposed to offer a sense of love, support, emotional security, that kind of thing. They may not be the best people, but there are people, right? And we harmonize with them gladly or of our own free will. All right, so family, friends, spouses, kids, lovers, that kind of thing. But they have a place. That's the idea. All right, King of Swords in the past. Hopefully everybody is just celebrating you, honey. I would love to see that. All right, King of Swords in the past. Okay, King of Swords. Oh, Tower, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's something here that radically exited. Either you kind of forcefully shoved this out of your life, or it willed itself out. I don't know. The Tower, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. There was some sort of false structure here, something you thought was going to take off but didn't. Something you put time, energy, and effort into, but it had nowhere else to go. Mind you, your heart was present, okay? You really believed in whatever that structure was. To me, it looks like a friendship that you had faith in, you know? And at some point, you couldn't continue to put faith in it or your heart in it. Expand upon this idea, I don't know. It could be something at work that, like I said, you stopped having reasons to work with it or trust in it or put faith in it, or just a one person in some way you connected with. And I don't know who that's just to you. But you kind of extended your goodwill and faith towards this person. And the Tower says, no, not that. You had reason to withdraw your cup, distrust them, or not trust their work or their contribution. This Three of Pentacles shows up as realistic. But the Ace of Cups says, this was a matter of you extending your faith and support towards them. And it's like, I wish I hadn't. Yeah. That's important for somebody to understand. I strongly feel it relates to your star here. Let's take a look at that star. It looks like misplaced trust or misplaced faith. Someone let you down. Especially if you were recruiting people to help you with your dreams and they fumbled it, dropped the ball, didn't believe in you. I don't know. Or they talked like they believed in you and then they failed to show or contribute the way they said they were going to contribute. Who knows? But it hurt in its own way. But logically, you could look at it. Okay. Two of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. In the recent past, you were very busy making your dreams come true. You really have a lot of faith in that. You admit you don't always know the best way to communicate things or effectively execute things, but you're saying your ambition's there, your intensity's there, your passion's there. Somebody failed, didn't they? They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. Not every friend is a friend, honey. Oh, I can help you with that, Cancer. Yeah. Let's say it. Mm-hmm. I've had some of those. You know. You had a lot of faith in that the person would show up and do whatever their assignment was. Three of Pentacles is not it's not too big there. But you really kind of put your heart on the line to this person, this friend. And they dropped the ball. Big time. And that was a lesson for you. You learned a lot from that. Careful who you trust. Okay? Not everybody who says, I'll do my part, actually does their part. There's a lot of people who sign up for roles on the play and then they bail as soon as they're picked. So, they can't handle it. You know? Their mouth was bigger than their intent. You understand? But not for you. No, this was a real dream. This was a real dream for you, honey. And you were, whatever that is, you recovered from it. And you were a little shaky. Don't get me wrong. Two of Swords says, oh, shit. Well, that one bailed. That one didn't work out. Should I still believe in my dream? Yeah, you should. And I'm glad that you stuck to it. And this is going to be a star that's going to continue to rise with you. I just see the etchings of it that started to take off not too long ago. So whatever that star is to you, arising hope and desire. But it clearly represents your personal sense of ambitions and drives. You have to communicate it. You have to act on it. So just be careful who you give assignments and roles to, you know? Not everybody has the same energy as you. Some people just want to talk big, but they have no intention of joining you in that space. Do remember, it's your goal, it's your dream. And just because someone else bailed or failed to deliver, don't do it to you. Don't do it to you. You show up to your goals and dreams. Okay? You. It's not about who's there or didn't show up. It hurts, I know. It feels like being stabbed in the back. Right? But it's about you. Moving forward, regardless. All right. Queen of Pentacles. That's going to be an ongoing thing. That's not started and stopped right there. No. I don't know what it is you're working through, but you got the energy for it. Your words, you'll find your words as you go along. Okay? And your actions too. All right. Queen of Pentacles in present day. Sense of comfort, comfort zone. I hope so. I hope you have done well for yourself. The Fool, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Okay. Whatever this is, you continue to keep yourself open towards it. I told you it wasn't just started and stopped right there in that segment. That was going to be an ongoing thing. Actually, some of you are quite comfortable, and you're kind of showing me what's next. What do I next need to give to this dream or vision to keep it going? Because that's what we're talking about is next steps. Two of Pentacles. You seem to be at home resting on this subject, how to take it to the next phase. You're excited about this. So I don't get to see the Two of Pentacles in a positive position very often. So that's cool. So yay, there's that. You're not showing me how little can I give to this. You're like, how should I next deliver this stage or next level investment to my dream? But you're open towards it. You are open towards it. Your heart feels good. Your sense of comfort, like I said, feels good. It's on point. This is good. I like this. Some of you are ready for phase 2, whatever the hell this is. Gosh, here it is. Starts with conversation. You're a little shaky. I understand why. I see where someone left you hanging, where they said they'd hang out and contribute. So that is you, though. That is on you. So there's the communication. And you've made enough progress in whatever this is for phase 2. And you are looking at that space from now. So good luck to you on that. Before we go any further, just good luck to you, whichever that is. Yay. This is so cool. It's exciting. It's exciting. This is bothering me. Was something contracted to you in good faith and then it was retracted? Like we're talking contract. I promise you this if you do X, or we'll show up for this if you do Y. You know, we'll sponsor you if you guarantee this many blah, blah, blah. Because this looks like a failed contract that you put a lot of faith in. So it's not necessarily tied to one person. It is coming across as a little bit situational. I can see where you got shaky. You had to recover and keep yourself in mind that this is your dream. You started it. You got to keep going with it. Let me know if that resonates. I don't like that. When you attract things, it's for damn good reason. Somebody failed to deliver on their promise. Could have been more than one, too. Three of Pentacles, you know. Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, back on track with you. Yeah, you got yourself back on track with your goals, your dreams. You're communicating them, and now you're talking about phase 2. You're getting really close to implementation phase. That's wonderful. Six of Wands. Let's see that Six of Wands. Let's see that Six of Wands. Three of Wands, King of Wands, the Ten of Wands. You expect that the days will be long, and so too will the nights, but you're saying that's my gig. Okay. You're saying you expect to have perhaps modest victory on the horizon, but nonetheless, it's a victory. Correct? Whatever this is, you pull it off. You get past phase 2. And you're looking forward to positive results. It's anticipatory, that Three of Wands. It's a little further out, but you reasonably expect good results. I think you should. However, the work is real with the Ten of Wands. Okay. There it is again. Okay. I like how you recovered. You did. You say the work is real, but I also expect real results. You have every reason to. But the workload is real. You say you got it, though. You think you got it. No, you got it. You got it. You got it. Ten of Cups. Victory, though. You will be seen for the right reasons. Job well done. All right. Let's see that. Ten of Cups. Oh, Nine of Swords, the Empress, the Sun. Oh my gosh, they're anxious. You're anxious, don't get me wrong. Like I said, long days, sometimes long nights, but you will be happy. This is hard. It's hard because you don't just want happiness for yourself and sense of success for yourself. You want others to be able to recognize it and feel assured as well. So that tells me you're in a providership role. You kind of showed me that with the Queen of Pentacles, but sometimes you don't really know how deep it runs until later. You want others in your life to think well of you too. So there's a strong sense of I want others to feel happy and secure, and that comes down to me. Okay. I want you to know, I can see that you put a lot on yourself. You expect yourself to succeed. And for good reason, you're a hard worker. Okay? You will have that achievement. Everyone feels reassured in the end. But I can see that you take your worries to a deep place. All right? You want others to be proud and happy and feel secure themselves. Yes, that's what I'm seeing here. But you always wonder if you did the best possible job you could have done. I think someone who holds themselves as responsible as you do, inevitably, you're going to have that Nine of Swords. Did I do everything I could? Did I do the best? You're very hard on yourself. But I understand why. I'm not going to knock you for it. I get it. You know, when you're kind of responsible for the well-being of others, you always wonder if you could have done more, done better. Is everybody safe and happy? Trust me, you do right by others. You do right by you too. Okay? Good job recovering from that. Why did that piss me off? God, that pissed me off. Good job recovering. Mind you, this is a really tight time frame. I'm talking this is through Aries, past and upwards towards Taurus season, maybe a little bit after. So this is really tight time frame. So this let you down rather recently, I believe. But you would know best. Detoxify. You'll have your time to come down. And like I said, I feel like this does not extend further or beyond Taurus season. Not past Gemini season. This feels really compact. Okay. Anyway, full moon in Taurus, detoxify. Oh, you'll have your moment. You'll have your come down moment. But also do represent that whatever this is, you don't want it to stick around to continue to give you any more false contracts or offers or promises either. Okay. So in a way, even though this was disappointing, it did you a favor. Okay? You just would have gotten more of the same of it. That's all. We have one letter, B. We have the medallion of Virgo. Some of you have some very strong Virgo in your chart, and some way could be connecting to one in the season, might be important to you. We have the little image of the bicycle, very cute. Some of you take riding your bike very seriously. I know some hardcore cyclists, yeah. And for others of you, it's in some way is symbolic to your life, is the bicycle. And then we have the butterfly in reverse. Whatever that is non-transformative. Just take it at its word, or rather, lack of its word. Okay? All right, Cancer, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. I'm not going to be able to I can't do a thing with it. Now,